Welcome to the meat and potatoes of tonight's show. We are back in Serpent's Crown. Now, to give you a little bit of an overlay here, this is the uppermost district of Nekataka, which is the capital city in the Deadfire, which is the region that we're in for the sequel. The first game was the Deerwood, the Deadfire is the Pillars of Eternity 2 region. We've been here before, so we're currently in this area, but we've been here before the first time to get stuff from the palace and meet people. We've got to go back into the palace. We've been summoned to the court for an audience with the queen, and we've also got to talk to the prince, which is her brother, Prince Aruihi, for some quests we did for him to find out some stuff, and also to earn his trust to help deal with a sort of starvation issue for the slums of this city due to a kind of caste system that the native people around here use, and so on and so forth. There's plenty to do. We've also got to get to the Brass Citadel and deal a little bit with the Royal Deadfire Company, who are a bunch of absolute turds. So I'm debating whether to go in here first or try and see that. But here's where we are, and that's what's going on. Sort of anti-retrogade's buyer's remorse, or partly, but also just like terrifying. Like I get oddly locked up about trying new stuff unless I'm sort of forced to, basically. But I had, yeah, like the sort of 2.5k. I've got to perhaps allow maybe about 2,000 on the tower, with wiggle room up to 2.5k, and then maybe a bit of room, because I've got to buy myself a couple of new monitors. Headset, I'm still going to use this crappy thing for a while. I was contemplating buying a new keyboard, but this G19 keyboard I've currently got from Logitech is still very, very fancy. It's got G keys, it works fine, it's all there, but I'm contemplating maybe getting some new bits and stuff like that. But I am getting a little bit of help towards it as well, so I can afford to pump out a good ton of my own finances on it, because this is a major business expense, because I use this for all my work, and Twitch is actually a part of my business. It's all registered and officially done, and so on and so forth. The main thing is I do want to try and take advantage of some of the deals, but not to the point that I buy something I've just got to replace in 2 years because it's just underperformance. But yeah, like a 2.5k mark in part picker would be amazing. Or maybe it's just an ultra wide and keeping the one you already have. I see where you're getting at with that. I'm kind of keen for 3. I'm keeping the one I already have, but I want to get another 2. I want to get one that's bigger than the one I currently have, because the one I currently have is quite a bit older now. Bought it in 2010, and it's 1080p. It's Samsung, not a single pixel's died. It runs great, but it is older. I want to get one that goes a bit bigger than 1080p. And I also want to get a third one that I can rotate portrait wise for chat. So I've got a game thing, I can be looking at OBS and all the detailing and just like spec and what's going on with the stream, and also a dedicated chatbot one. That 1, 2, 3, and for all my sort of video editing and you know, gaming, and plus having maybe a guide or something on the other thing, or gaming plus having a video on at the same time when I'm not streaming, that kind of thing. I'm very much seeing the 3 monitors and having the freedom to move 3 of them around on like one connected axle or bracket is sort of where I'd quite like to go. It just means if one of them breaks down, I don't lose 2 monitors in one thing, if that makes sense. But you're the man who'd know better than me. If you can convince me of an ultra wide, like 2 monitors in one monitor thing, that could be all right. Right. So plus I want to just stand here because look at this. Isn't this pretty? Isn't this awesome sculpture? Like this, it's not even, it's living water. It's like being sculpted and maintained by a wizard just running in the background, purely as a water feature in the palace, which I think is rather awesome. Anyhow, let's have a look at what quests we've got going on. Because even Nekataka, it's in the range. So Queen's Birth, they're all done. So from the wreckage. Now that I've seen to matters at Hasongo, officials in Kahanga Palace, which is where we are, in Nekataka, will want my report. I should present myself there, give an accounting of what happened. Already done that one. Goods and services. Oh no, we're not doing that yet. Food for thought. So, establish a food source for the gullet. We have like 3 options to do this, I think. There's... We can either do this through the Prince Aruihi, but he won't deal with a foreigner who hasn't gained his trust. You can ask Prince Aruihi at Kahanga Palace, the Dawn Stars at the Sacred Stair, and we've spoken to the Dawn Stars at the Sacred Stair, but they basically direct us to either Prince Aruihi or speak to Mad Marina in the Undercroft, and she's already a nasty person who's asked us to do something I don't want to do, so I don't have to deal with her at all. And there's the Children of the Dawn Stars know their charitable work. A missionary through the name of Pitley. Pitley explained how High Priest Seowyn at the Temple of Gorn, Sacred Stair, holds the authority to ration a share of the Dawn Stars' food supply. Pitley is preoccupied with their own work and somewhere to Seowyn about the shortage. Seowyn at the Temple of Gorn will supply food through Rapara so long as she has a means to disperse the rations throughout the gullets. And that's the problem. A way to disperse the rations, and the way to let's see. According to Enoi, the children of the Dawn Star tried to supply food to the gullet before unsuccessful. They might be willing to try again. They congregate at the Temple of the Gorn in the Sacred Stair. I might just do it through Aruihi, make sure it's all sort of done official. Deadfire Northeast. Last Sanctuary. That's it. Last Sanctuary. Return to Prince Aruihi. He'll be interested in my findings. I can find him at Nekataka at the Palace in Serpent's Crown. We should bring this guy back in, the druid, the Huana druid, because he'll have some additional dialogue. Bounty, he waits in fire. Bacana's folly. Bounty, flame walker. Shrewd proposition of like minds. That is Ferrante. The man of chimes. Okay, the rest of that would. I think there's only 2 or 3 things in here. And then we do have to hand something in with Poko Kahara at Sura at Imperial Command in the Brass Citadel. I'm not going to be nice to them at all, so if I bring Maya and I'm nasty to the Royal Deadfire Company, she'll dislike me and I might lose her from the party permanently, and I want to exploit her as far as possible. So I'm just going to say, I can't even remember. Disrupt the Luminous Adra. He's asked me to find a way to render the Luminous Adra there unusable. I'd quite like to lie to him about that, so I won't keep her there. I might bring her in later. Never liked the Hunters in the first game and second game. Alright, anyway. I need to do party management. So currently I've got my primary party here. What I might do is remove Palagina, so if I have to go across to the Royal Deadfire Company, I don't have to necessarily be mean to them to gain her trust. Sprockman! Help you get up. How you doing, Sprockman? And I told my brother when I got the... Geez, you got a big forehead. When you got what? Sorry, Minecraft. Because I do have a big forehead. Oh, you got my glasses yesterday. I can see now. And I told my brother when I got them, geez, you've got a big forehead. Nice. I never realised before, but your forehead's fucking massive. I hear that so much. Okay, so what I've actually got to do is nip back to a tavern, which is slightly annoying. I didn't think to change my party around. Also, I could look at the character menu and go to her. Because Palagina, Avian Godlike, weapon proficiencies, abilities, no, reputations. Yeah, she really doesn't like, wow, Palagina does not like Jyoti at all, because Jyoti's so religious. Every time Jyoti says anything religious, it's like -3 with the rep. And Palagina just hates her guts. Whereas if I go to Jyoti, Jyoti's pretty neutral with her. The only one she doesn't like at all is him. Yeah, your party members have all different sort of reps with you. So let's see. Palagina... She's anti-religious, so she dislikes and distrusts the gods and organised religions and appreciates criticism of them. Pro-animancy. She's pro-duty. She admires people who take responsibility, don't shirk. She's anti-godlike, so she dislikes reverence for or admiration of godlike, so she must be hating it around here. She dislikes piety. She's pro-Valian Republics. She's anti-racism. But she's not actively anti the... she's not actively anti the Royal Deadfire Company. Okay. That's interesting. Bad mostly, but I'll be fine again in either 2 or 3 days. How is she an anti-religion paladin? Paladins aren't primarily religious in this world. They're not... They're not religion in they're knights. They're sort of Really, they're much more groups of just mercenary knights that either have a set of principles or a code. So like the Gold Pact Paladins are their word is their bond, or a contract is their bond. The Bleak Walker Paladins have a very, very, very severe and brutal outlook on life and things like that. So they don't really have it's not so much about gods and faith. They've still got things like that, but it's more their own dedication to their duty and their own piety to things like that, as opposed to invoking a deity for help, kind of like a priest does. At least in this world. I'm sorry things are bad for you, Sprock, man. You'll be fine again in either 2 or 3 days. If you want to have a little vent, if you want to say, like, what's up, and like what's been sort of going on, or just sort of say or get it off your chest, you're more than welcome to here, or just sort of chat about it. If you'd rather sort of put that to one side and just enjoy some Twitch time, knowing that things will be all right in 2 or 3 days, no problem at all. But do know that if you want to sort of, you are very welcome. If you want to just sort of say, and you're very welcome to do so.
Suey.
That's Adair talking to the piggy, because he talks to all the pets in the world. Isn't of anything real. I just haven't eaten since the 18th due to not having transportation to cheap food. Oh shit! Jesus Christ! No transportation to cheap food. Like even like a local, like a little supermarket or something. I can't eat Thanksgiving food until the Thanksgiving food drive on Tuesday or Wednesday. Fuck, dude. That's hard times at the moment then. Just as it's sort of end of the month and bills to pay and you've got to decide roof over your head or eating. Mate, I'm really sorry to hear that. That is savage. Well, I hope the dry round thing comes round. Like, what is your situation that's got you having to go that long without food? Because dude, that's like savage. That's starving. I think I'm going to. It's like this about 2 out of 3 of the months, because I get 2 bus passes a month for free, but those go to appointments. And I can never get rides. 2 out of 3 of the months, you have like multiple stretches of multiple days a week where you don't get to eat. Are you off work at the moment with or like not working at the moment? Not in a nasty way. I just mean if you're like permanently signed off from something due to medical condition or an injury or a sort of mental health thing. Yeah, you can't work. I'm trying to remember if you've said about stuff like that in the past.
My friend, you return. If you require anything at all, you need only ask.
His small smile is tight with suspicion as he bows shallowly. Well, I just want to rearrange my party a little bit. She's pro-Valian Republic. She's not anti the Royal Deadfire Company. Things are fine with Jyoti, and I've bumped uglies with her recently. Plus, she keeps banging on about religion. I might get rid of her out for a little while and bring in Tekahu as a backup healer for the time being.
If you want for company, look no further.
I can't wait. I've been fighting to get disability for the last 7 years. Oh, Jesus. 7 years. So you should be getting far more support than you're getting, but you haven't got it or qualified for it at the moment. What kind of thing, well, actually no, if that's a really personal question, so I was just kind of curious, like what kind of thing you're having to deal with, or like what you're sort of hoping to push for or get qualified as. That's savage, man. And I'm guessing some of these appointments you're sort of, you have to attend in order to get certain things, like a couple of bus passes a month and food drives and that. But you shouldn't be going hungry that much. Are you in the UK or the US or where? Social anxiety, back pain, ADHD, borderline personality disorder. Oh, in the US, Jesus. Yeah, it's not overly supportive there in any of those kinds of ways. You can really slip through the cracks, mate. I'm sorry. Level 13. Everyone else is level 13. Tekahu should automatically level up with us. What's going on there? In the meanwhile, we can give him some stuff, because I do like to bring him into the party back and forth. Well, I hope you can fight the good fights here. Do you go to one of the sort of federal or state-based offices to try and monitor all that? Not monitor, verify. You know, the ones where you go through and see if you qualify for all that. Oh my god, that's insane. That is so crazy. Ring of Minor Protection. And a Drunkard's Regret. That would actually suit him. Immune to hangovers from alcohol. I've still got some random heads in here that I should hand in. They're starting to smell. Laughing Imp Cameo. 1 per rest. Right, a couple of those figurines. I should really get into my main party. Combat only, once per rest. Krayven's got 1 once per rest. She's got 1 once per rest. So Aloth got a figurine. Not at the moment. Coral Snuff. Kalikoth's Minor Blights. That one's quite useful for him. The potions are useful. Should really possibly open up the second quick item slots, because the quick items are so powerful. I mean, I could give him one. What the hell is this? Potion of Spirit Shield. Oh, who gives a shit? With Aloth, I'll take the other Grimoire out for now. And just commit to 1 Grimoire for most fights. And I'll give him the Laughing Imp, because it suits a wizard to kind of have an imp, doesn't it? But went to an interview for it yesterday. Oh, well, fingers crossed, man. Sprockman, let us know how that goes, please. I've given up on asking friends out there. They can't refuse to. Now generally go without eating 8 to 10 days a month. Fucking hell. I hope not too much of that is sort of back to back. Well, I wish, you know, that didn't happen for you, but I hope not too much of that is all in a row, because that's just gonna sort of mess with your ability to do anything. +1 intellect, water favor, minus. Okay, that's just the strand of favor. Let's give him a ring. Anyone else currently rocking no belts in the party? Okay, so he's got, this is going to be a generic magic belt, like +3 constitution, that's fine. +1 armor rating against spells, martyr's memories. Caster becomes petrified, no, that's rubbish. Ring of minor deflection, protective Aethasian charm, no, that's all good. What armor is he wearing? He's still wearing this Watershapers robe, which is like hot shit. It's quick, initiative 0, and it's exceptional. Oh, we've got nothing else. Oh, we can give him a cape at the very least. Cloak of Deflection. It's not great, but it's better than nothing. Plus, oh, that goes with him rather well, doesn't it? I love it with his shirtless thing and everything, and just the cape off the back like that. It's the right kind of colour as well. What a lad. What a lad. What a handsome boy. Watershapers Focus. That's his personal one. And scrolls and things. I think Aloth's got most of the scrolls. Scroll of Fire and Rand doesn't really matter. Might give him some coral snuff as well then. Unless we have any more figurines in our sort of quick items to be used. What pissed me off, I got more help off Twitch than my friends, making 4 times what they need, at least 2.5 times what they could to live off of. It's always in a row. Oh, Jesus. One of them bought me $300 in games on a day I hadn't eaten in almost a week. Then, can't help you, I'm broke. Oh, Jesus. Well, I mean, the gesture's nice, but yeah, it's like, $300 in games. Okay, but I'm starving. That doesn't help so much. Jade Tiger figurine. Oh my God, we could summon an Elder Tiger? I've got to give that to somebody. She's got spy. I like the idea. Krayven can summon a dragon. We've got the... I think this is going to be better than the... I'm going to get rid of that potion of elemental defense. I like the idea of Pallegina summoning a tiger. That would be pretty mad. And that was last year. Oh, Sprockman, I'm sorry to hear it, dude. Well, I hope this interview goes well with you and everything, you know, can start turning around a bit for you. Citizen Sapphire, good evening to you. Good evening, good evening, good evening. Grimoire or trinket? We've not had like a single trinket for anybody. Only Aloth has got like a Grimoire, but surely there's other trinkets. I mean, what does this count as? That's as a figurine. That's a neck piece. Do we have any random little trinkets? Tokens, talk. Again, it's all neck pieces. Still need gloves and boots for her. They've got gloves and boots. He's all filled out. Gloves and boots for him.
I gladly accept.
Back to where we were going. I wanted to actually get into the Serpent's Crown, didn't I? Well, never say never. Never say never. It might not, but hopefully it'll be the one that turns around, or if not, then soon. And Sapphire, my lovely, how are you doing? Good evening to you. We're going to go back to Serpent's Crown. Now I've got the right guy in the party for the additional dialogue. So basically, your name companions, the sort of main story companions, if you have the specific recommended one for a quest, they've usually got a little bit of extra lore and extra flavor text. I understand where you're coming from. Sort of go with, yeah, it probably won't, and then sort of I'll be like, actually it came in, and be hopeful rather than every single time. You're not going to hope like the 500th time the same way you will the first time. I get that, but don't give, well, I was going to say don't give up completely, but if you'd given up completely, you wouldn't even go to the interview. So the fact you're still going along to try and get the interview and get it done is you're still trying, so fair play to you for that. You're okay. I'm glad to hear it. I'm trying to think, were you under the weather recently? Just disheartened. Just with the canvassing and so on. Oh, okay, yeah. I wouldn't, if it's your first time canvassing, you're doing your best, but don't sort of get too personally invested in it. As someone who, outside of Twitch, is quite politically active and savvy, certainly. I read up on it. My YouTube videos are mostly political in the morning anyway. Talking about what I do without getting into the actual politics, because as always in the chat in the general town square, the details of politics and stuff is at most we can touch on it, otherwise it becomes a bit of a no-no because it just blows up all the time. Yeah, I totally understand. It's I saw some bits recently that I could understand were a tad disheartening. It's something else. Oh, okay, yeah. But if you want to get more into the actual specifics of what it is with the current affairs, then yeah, Soapbox Corner is right there. Oh, the behaviour. Yes. That will get one down from time to time, to be damn sure. Oh, what's going on here? Soul Void, -8 all defenses except deflection. What the?
How may I help?
Why is Aloth got that? Best part of waking up, grants the effects of white leaf after a rest. +1 intellect, but it's like the best part of waking up. He's now got -8 to all defenses except for that from that trinket. Oh my god, fuck that trinket. That can go away. And I'll give him something better instead. A protective Aethasian charm. What was that? Rotward amulet. Tears of Saint Macawo. Martyr's memories. Armor rating against spells. What does Martyr's memories do again? Oh, it's still not that good. What about some of our more generic necklaces? +2 resolve. Ring of Overseeing. The intellect and the white leaf thing it's still not too bad, but Jesus, that's a hell of a downside. Just that, hey, the people at the door. I mean, I'm just leaving TV, seriously. Oh yeah, I'll tell you something. It wasn't politically directly, but
of course,
tied in to a previous, the 2015 election in the UK. I used to do, the 2010 one. I used to do a little bit of part-time modelling when I was younger and had more of my hair and everything. I did promotional modelling, and we were doing a small thing for Citron. and they tried a promotion for Citroen cars, and they tried to tie the promotion into the 2010 election. The amount of people who would come up when we were sort of like mimicking the three main candidates or doing things, even sometimes with masks on and stuff, and kind of spout off about their political views or how tacky it was. Oh, this, that, and the other. Why is supporting that? When it's like, no, we're just promoting for Citroen. You know, they had a vote to win promotion, and they had these 3 different coloured cars tied in with like red, yellow, and blue. And oh my god, people and you think it's bad on the internet, like on forums, people in public, some people just like the desire to say that kind of stuff, or think if you're doing a certain thing they can talk to you like an absolute piece of shit. Some people are just dicks, man. I am Sapphire, I am. But yeah, anyway, let's move. Fair enough. We'll indeed soapbox or the clinic, absolutely. Of course I am. The few things I will allow touching on without fail when it comes to politics in this channel is registering to vote. I have zero time for non-voting. I've heard all the arguments and they're all bad.
Do not leave me in suspense, I say.
I see.
You found Matario cozy?
Aruihi raises his brow and gestures for you to speak. Do I give him the rubbing? A riddle on the island pointed the way to Ukaizo. Or your expedition never made it off of Motara Okozi. Well, I can say that bit first.
I sent good women and men to die in the name of the tribes and in a vague hope.
Well, I've still got the rubbing.
Ngati thanked them for their courage and Wodaka for their loyalty. May they return to us as Rangas.
Aruihi raises a shaking hand to touch his lowered brow. Yo, Citizen Edgy Strike! Doing very well, thank you, my dude, thank you. It's been a bit ups and downs for some of the townspeople here tonight. Some difficulties, to be sure. Preach it to the back, you know it. But yeah, I'm doing pretty good, man. Edgy, how's yourself?
What of their findings, Watcher? Did they recover anything? Anything about Ukaizo?
I'm not going to lie to him. Here's the rubbing, because I need his trust to get some food to the people at the bottom of the thing. I got chased by my 4th dog. Oh, no! Jesus, well, bless you for trying. We need people like you in a functioning democracy, Sapphire. The prince accepts the chart in silence, holds it up to the light, poring over every detail with interest. His hands tremble as he holds the paper. You have lost an item, to Juana chart. 4 fucking dogs, my god.
An unusual accounting of the isles, I see. Each one measured in relation to...
His fingers drift up to the sigil of Okaizo. Aruihi nods. 4 dogs in 2 weeks. Oh, good gods. Oh, mate. I kind of have this like Acme-style Looney Tunes picture of it, but it was clearly much more terrifying. And people just having their dogs running around like in a yard that needs to be publicly accessed. I mean, it's someone's private property, fair enough, but is in like having the freedom for pets and that. But if you got like a postman or anyone like or a milkman performing a public service, and like they just have dogs running out and like jumping at them and attacking them. Unless you're talking about 4 assholes who set their dogs on you, like, release the hounds, and you got chased off the property by that kind of thing. Well, it's Krayven, I say. Yo, Resonant Effects, how you doing? I'm doing good. Got to play Man of Medan yesterday. Last I'm talking to on Tinder's brought up Man of Medan a lot, actually. I matched with someone on Tinder recently, and she does some gaming as well, and she's been talking about Man of Medan, and 2 or 3 people have brought it up. I was like, I need to look at this so I can actually sort of talk about it more with authority. It was in the flat, though, so I'm obviously allowed. Oh, my God. That is a mare. How is Man of Medan, Edgy? All right, and then we've got... his finger drips up to the sigil, so it's like, do you have what you need to find a Kaizo? Say nothing. But I've got because I'm an now this is a profession check, as well as having skill checks. Certain skill checks are more to do with your race or your profession, as opposed to just your stats of abilities you have. So my profession, before I was this adventurer character, was explorer. So, and that gives me +1 survival, diplomacy, and history. You find the siren call of the horizon irresistible. You cannot help but wonder what lies beyond the next hill or wave. You built your life around finding out. Interesting how the ancient Juana treated Ukaizo like the center of the world.
Akira, I've seen nothing that challenges this notion of theirs.
Yeah, but you don't really leave this region very much, do you, mate? Effect says, I'm doing alright, very busy with life and building a social life. That's very good, man. Been travelling a lot around my country and met tons of new people. Effects, that sounds really, really good. How's it going with the old kickboxing and the German language and the other sort of things you keep up with and the training and that?
Ngati is one to throw obstacles in our path, but I say that an outdated chart is better than none at all.
Grinning all the while, Aruihi rolls up the parchment and tosses you a heavy pouch of coins. 1,700 copper pounds, another 10,000 Jillian experience. Let's see. Option 1, thank you, my prince. Option 2, I actually have a diplomacy. Sailing uncharted waters isn't cheap. 3, what is this? 1 share of what you paid the expedition, or 4, say nothing. Ngati is one to throw obstacles in our path, but I say that an outdated chart is better than none at all. He rolls up the parchment and tosses you a heavy pouch of coins. Now, again, I've got a skill check here. I could go thank you, my prince, and gain his trust. Taking a diplomacy option isn't usually all that bad. If it's got a skill in it, you usually don't get too much of a bad thing. If I'm rude to him, it'll piss him off. But I'm debating. Do I take option 1, thank you, my prince, in the hope that it will gain his trust more and I can do something about the Raparu? Or do I chance it with the diplomacy skill check? Just keeping true to my take the skill check option when I have it rule. And still hope that I can gain his trust. And yeah, thanks. What kind of places you've been going at, man? That sounds really good. And Edgy's, but with Man of Medan, I really liked it. I kind of found out the plot very quickly, but it kept me second guessing throughout. The only problem I had with it was the camera perspective sometimes. I need to look this game up. I need to look up Man of Medan. I am curious. Well, I'm going to try the diplomacy things. Well, sailing, just FYI, sailing uncharted waters isn't cheap.
Ikira, here, for your expenses.
Oh, it required 5. It didn't actually tell me. He tosses you a lighter pouch, 250 copper. See, I've got a diplomacy 4 of myself and plus 6 party assists, so I had like 10 diplomacy. Continue.
When we know enough, my sister will finance a fleet-wide search. Not for breadcrumbs, but lost to Kaizo.
Okay. Option. Oh, we can tell him a little bit more. You definitely recommend it. We'll tell you what, Edgy, if you get a minute, if you find a Steam link to the Man of Medan, stick it in the suggestion forum, which is one of the parts of town in the Krayven content multiplex, the whole sort of streaming entertainment multiplex in Krayven's town. You'll see suggestion forum. That's anything for feedback, general suggestions through to game recommendations. And if it's something I'm sort of interested in checking out, a Steam link that will take me straight to where I can check out the trailer or maybe wishlist it would be super handy. So, option 1, I destroyed the original chart. This way, at least no one else will find it. Now, I don't know how he'll take that. He's very pro Huana and tradition. The fact that I destroyed the original chart might piss him off, but I did it so no one else can find it. But if I've handed over the rubbing to him, that means he's then got the only copy and he might feel more empowered by it, which is pretty good. 2, mention I had some trouble with the Royal Deadfire Company on the open sea. 3, the bark cloth was a message from the Wahaki to deter any visitors. Well, I don't know if we get to tell him all 3 of these, but I'd certainly mention, I'll grass up the Royal Deadfire Company because they're twats. Had some trouble with the Royal Deadfire Company on the open sea.
Ikira, they will not let you escape with what they can so easily steal.
Prince Aruihi murmurs under his breath, they didn't let me escape. Fex says, well, Kickbox pretty much fully quit. Oh, it's just because of the knee thing after that tournament. Only do it at the gym for cardio, so I don't compete. With German, it's alright. Currently no competitions happening, so I'm chilling and travelling with my community, Islam community, meeting other communities through the country. Oh, fair play. Fair play. I haven't competed in a long time. I used to do it for the boxing, for fitness. I need to get back into my fitness. I'm sort of still mentally stuck, having had so much time off. I've very much fallen off the wagon now.
Me and Gati splinter their mast, and if they survive to land, may the jungle cover their bones.
Prince Aruihi really hates the Royal Deadfire Company. I'm okay with that. I can't currently because I'm on my phone, but give me 20 minutes. Oh yeah, no rushing it. Sorry, it just says like when. I mean, yes, I should have said whenever you get chance. Whenever you get chance. Yeah, was the context around that, so I totally understand. Currently on the bus. Oh, bless you for tuning on the bus, you beautiful guy. Option 1, I destroyed original chart though. 2, the bark cloth was a message from Nawahaki to deter any visitors.
For what do they protect Matario Cozy when its knowledge could help all Huana?
Okay. Well, they are very warlike and very anti other people coming in, and other Huana might be much more open to exploitation and welcoming in the colonial visitors. So I can see their point of view, but I can see yours as well, Prince Aruihi.
One day I will have words with their Ranga to settle our differences. I destroyed the original chart. This way at least no one else will find it. This might piss him off, but I'm going to tell him the truth. No, you misspoke, I say. The labor of our ancient navigators after it survived a millennia.
Oh, that had pissed him off. Aruihi shakes his head slowly.
Then this is the last. Ikira, maybe the last we will ever hear of them.
Oh, damn. He touches the roll of parchment with quiet reverence. The Royal Deadfire Company were right there, mate. I told him Royal Deadfire Company first. Oh, that's frustrating. Exclamation mark hunt in the chat. Let's go hunting. First hunt of the evening, folks. First hunt of the evening. First hunt of Story Sunday. Let's do it. Still passionate about sport. I can't really keep up with it anymore. Yeah, I understand. Hunt in the chat, folks. Hunt in the chat. Come on, let's go hunting. Let's go hunting. See, I was hoping if I told him about the Royal Deadfire Company being there, and then told him about, you know, that's I broke the thing, he'd understand that, like, look, there were people already there ready to discover it.
At least the wisdom of our ancestors is safe from our enemies.
Exactly right. Thank you. Good. Nothing more to report.
This is much to learn in a day, even for this warrior.
Aruihi touches his brow and considers.
I sent the expedition to their fate, and those who followed. Death is on my conscience this day.
He lifts his gaze to meet yours, so I can either say nothing. Well, option 1, they served you admirably. We're a step closer to Okaizo. I'm not a priest of Barath, which is, you know, would be able to say something directly. 3, she's never far from mine either. 4, say nothing. I don't want to butter him up too much. I sent the expedition to their fate and those who follow. Death is on my... If death is on his conscience, let it be on his conscience. I'm not being too sarcastic, but considering Barath is literally, I'm the emissary of her and I have a mark in my stomach, I'd rather sort of empathize and understand than sort of just be like, they served you admirably, blah, blah, blah. I'm going to talk to him more on the level. I am a lord of the Deerwood. She's never far from mine either.
May all who fell on Matario Cozy slip through the eel's jaws. Huana and outsider alike.
Sighing, Aruihi bows his head. Plated Dust Viper. Good job, folks. Good job. Good job.
But on to brighter times, I say.
I say.
If Ukaizo can be found, then so too will the hopes of our people be made manifest.
His mask of grief breaks under the pull of a broad smile. That's a genuine smile. How have I not heard of this game? It's easy to have had it slipped under the radar, Sprockman, because the original Pillars of Eternity was funded on Kickstarter very successfully, and they delivered. It was like the benchmark, a new baseline of how to go about doing a good Kickstarter. It was an amazing game, had a lot of love, and yeah, this sequel, although the sequel is literally more of what you want, lots of things done better, lots more interesting, everything's done great. It underperformed what they were expecting. It's underperformed, and I do notice that I have fewer people enjoying this game than I had sort of watching and enjoying the first one. To the point that they reckon because it's underperformed, it's not going to they're not going to do a third Pillars of Eternity game, which is a real shame because it's such a rich world. It's so much better than so many other RPGs out. But yeah, it's really, really good. Both of them are. Krayven, my knee is healed. I quit because of life. Oh, fair enough, mate. I wasn't sure if the knee injury had put you off. I was on top of obviously the time needing to heal, that while you were down away from kickboxing, did other parts of life you wanted to get on with and do come in, and they become new priorities? Also hadn't heard of the first one. To be fair, if you're not maybe into much of the classic RPG, so his grief breaks under the pull of a broad smile.
Too much has happened for you to waste words with the royal brother. From now on, you work with Onekaza as an honored guest of her rooftop garden.
Okay.
Only, be kind to her cats.
Fair enough. I appreciate he's not trying to oust his sister to waste words with the royal brother. You will work with Onekaza as an honoured guest of her rooftop garden. But yeah, if you don't necessarily follow lots to do with the sort of the real niche happenings of the CRPG world, like, you know, your Neverwinter Nights, your Baldur's Gates, this kind of thing, you miss it. I wouldn't have known as much about the first game as I do if I didn't have a friend I work with a lot on an app who loved the first game and backed it on Kickstarter, was really into it. He was telling me all about it, so I'd heard of it from the very beginning. Plus, our club is starting to disband. Not many people want to train the sport. It's quite sad. Oh, that is a bit sad. I'm sorry to hear it. Is this the kind of thing you're into, Sprockman? Is sort of like these CRPGs with, you know, like Icewind Dale and Planescape Torment or Baldur's Gate, that kind of stuff? I had some questions.
If there's curiosity to be satisfied, Akira, I will help.
I hope I've got his trust now. I want to talk about the food shortage in the gullet.
Again, you bring this up. Speak on, I say.
Prince Aruihi sighs and opens his palms. The Dawn Star, let's see, option 1. The Dawn Stars have agreed to offer a share of their crops to Nekataka as long as the bulk of it goes to the Riparu. I can take a skill check, but I can either be streetwise. I've got good enough intimidation and good enough streetwise. It would be a shame if the trading companies recognize this failure of leadership. Now, the problem is, I will take a skill check and this will almost certainly bear out a better result for us, but it's not really... Krayven as a character is not someone who takes the kind of streetwisey intimidation approach. I'd like to say the Dawn Stars have agreed to offer a share of their crops to Nekataka as long as the bulk of it goes to the Riparu. A shame, right? I like them as much as any other variety of RPG. Well, Sprockman, which is my favourite overall drama, Sprockman, yeah. Start with Pillars 1. I would say do Pillars 1. It's a bit tighter. It's a bit sort of narrow and pulled together, but the roleplay, this kind of dialogue option you have is all the way through it. It's so well presented. It's real-time, pause-based combat. It's just great. I reckon you'll really like it. Yeah, that sort of thing happens with people in fencing and boxing in the LGBT community. I want more younger people to be a part of organising, but life. Yeah, I understand. I'm sorry to hear it affects, but hey, I guess if, in one sense, if you're getting on with life with other things, then the idea that your club's disbanding, it's sad, but you've been there for the duration. You know, you've been all the way through it, and you did the tournament as well. And actually, Sprockman, I see what you're getting at. But I can't see it that way because the skill check implies the way in which it's said. So, yes, the streetwise one is a little bit more tolerable. The intimidation one's definitely out of character. I mean, I've only got one level of streetwise myself, so the fact that you get party assists, which isn't a thing you got in the first game, it's purely based on your own character's skill checks. And sometimes in this game you can't get party assists, it has to be your own stats. I could allow this for the idea that someone like Adair, who's very, I min-maxed him to be quite streetwise, would sort of lean in and sort of go, you know, about that. One thing of those of you who don't already know, Krayven, I tried to play. I've expanded and broadened his character a bit. In the first game, I played him really benevolent, insightful, diplomatic, and just all round good guy. And he still is in this game, but because he's been through a hell of a lot at this point, and yes, by the way, Sprockman, play the first game, because if you complete it, you can load the save from the final save from the first game into the second game, and choices you made in the first game will come up in conversations in this one. because he's been through so much, I've allowed him to sort of grow and become sometimes a little bit more edgy, a little bit more pragmatic, willing to sort of be a bit more sarcastic at times. If it was just an intimidation thing, I might be put off, but the fact that I can do a streetwise thing as well, it's like, well, yeah, again, you bring this up. It'd be a bit of a shame if the trading companies recognise this failure of leadership.
Akira, if one framed it that way.
Yeah, see, this is what I mean. If that was a little bit, like, shitty, that implication, that's a very political move. That's not really my modus operandi. The prince squeezes his hands into fists. I'm going to put that down to Adair and Aloth whispering in my ear a little bit. That's certainly Adair. Adair would be leaning in to tell me to do something like that.
I will dredge up the resources to feed the Raparu if the meat must come from my own body. The work of keeping pace with our rivals. There is no end, I say.
Aruihi sighs and shakes his head.
If you have more to say, I am not above listening.
Quest updated, food for thought, and the fact that it'll come from the prince is good. We don't have to go via the Dawn Stars or via the black market or via the pirates.
Akira, both topics I know well.
He smiles and inclines his head. How does the caste system work in Nekataka? I haven't actually heard him talk about this. I can't tell. The skill check is 160p. How does the caste system work?
It is the same in the city as anywhere in the Deadfire. Mataru judge our souls at birth and organize us for the survival of the tribe.
So the Mataru is the highest class of Huana society, consisting primarily of warriors and priests. Tribal chieftains traditionally rise from the warrior ranks. The Mataru shoulder the responsibility of governing the other castes and determining the practical and spiritual needs of the tribe. Aruihi pauses and frowns to himself.
I am not the first to say it, but Nekataka has more walls than beaches, more roads than clearings, and more people than fish.
Yep.
Nowhere in the city does a Raparu sit around the same fire as a Mataru. Nekataka tests our traditions, I say.
Don't you see that as a contradiction? I've already used that option before, so you speak like the city is aware, just to have like filled out all the options.
You speak as if it is not.
Aruihi raises his brow. Well, no, it's made of stone and stuff, dude.
Our ancestors built this place. We are the hermit crab who occupies a fallen shell.
That's true. There's old Nekataka at the bottom of the city that's way older than what they've got here.
It is for my sister and her priest to judge the fit.
Aruihi shrugs, squinting up at the court high ceiling. All right. Well, farewell. Okay.
Captain, a word?
Ah, there's Tekahu. Tekahu's eyes widen in proportion to his smile. Effect says, thing is right, I'd love to get into competitive gaming a bit, but first, my PC is dog shit. I know where you're coming from there. Second, I'm not well educated on tournaments and competitions. And third, I was always an MMO guy who couldn't play PvP without my PC crashing, so competing there isn't an option. I think most of that comes down to tech, and once you get 2 out of 3 of the tech, you can just research stuff if you want to try it more seriously. Meaty OG, resident Meaty OG, you woo to you. How you doing, my dude? I got good school friends who made a big team in CSGO and PUBG, but I can't run those games either. It's going to just require a new PC eventually. Even old New York was once New Amsterdam. That's true. And good evening, Citizen Evil Jess. Captain, a word? What's on your mind?
You came to the Deadfire for your own reasons. The problems of others, they must be noisy obstacles by comparison.
At times, yes. No worries at all, Meaty. I'd never assume. It is lovely to see you again, and thank you for any and all lurking, just little bits here and there, if you've swung in for 20 minutes when I've been on since I last saw you in the chat. I would rather focus on the time when I do see you than on the times when you couldn't necessarily make it, and of course, no apology required. I hope life has been treating you okay. I'm doing all right. I am doing all right. And Jess, how are you doing? How are you doing? And yes, New York used to be called New Amsterdam. And then it got changed over.
We both know the burden of being looked to as a source of hope. What say?
So yeah, I'm doing all right, man. I'm doing all right. I've had a bit of a cold the last week, but November's been decent. I've been catching up on things with life after a very, very hectic October. We know the board and burden being sort of, what say, source of hope. It isn't a problem till the gods start making demand. So option 1, about being a source of hope, is not that bothersome. 2, it isn't a problem till the gods start making demands. 3, it tastes my patience now and again. And 4, I don't make light of the trusts others place in me. I have to admit, it isn't generally an issue of being a source of hope because I'm a player character until the gods start making demands, which is true.
And you wish for a moment of silence to dampen the rabble.
And that was a little bit anti-religion, so good job Jyoti was out of the party, because that's anti-religion, Palagina smiles. Now I can do a bit more like that. That's going to be tricky, because my character's doinking Jyoti now, so every time I sort of, like, bash on the gods being pains in the arse, it's going to annoy her. So mainly a tech side thing. I was going to get one a few months ago, but money was needed elsewhere. Hey, you'll build it back up, Effects. You're a capable young man. And good, made my first sale on Etsy. Yay! Congratulations. That's awesome. What did you sell, Jess? Meaty says, unfortunately, been in the hospital for a kidney infection. Oh, shit. Only been released 48 hours ago. My God, I've missed my magazines. Oh, dear. 48 hours. I don't know. Is a kidney infection anything related? Maybe sort of ease down on the amount of magazines you're reading? I actually used your VOD to fall asleep at night. ASMR, oh bless you. I'm actually, Meaty, I'm doing ASMR reading as the last hour of Story Sunday, so stick around for that. I know Krayven got a hard on for that dragon cross stitch. It hasn't gone down. I've consulted my doctor. His advice was, here's a hammer, beat it back into shape. It was amazing. Decadency, welcome on in. Good to see you. By the way, congrats on the 4 reps of the 220 pounds, the 100 kilos, man. Like you put in the gym. That is some seriously solid work. Getting swole, getting a bit of hench. Well impressed, mate. Well done. So Jyothi's family tree is finally going to fork now. Oh, you sold your ornaments. Wicked. That's cool. Unfortunately, I think it's because I drank spicy beach water from a sewer outlet for 2 subs. Dude. God damn it, Meaty OG. Don't sell yourself that short. Fucking I would have said get fucked to anyone trying to tell me that. For 2,000 subs and about a jillion bits, I wouldn't do that. Mate, not worth it. Not worth it, but fair enough. Whatever's for the bants. Holy shit, it's Sunday already. That it is. Letting out a sigh and planting his hands on his hips, Tekahu grins with deep satisfaction. He locks his eyes with yours and makes no move to break the contact. Look deeply into his eyes. 2, you look like you want to get something off your chest.
Ikera, just so.
Oh my god, does Tekahu fancy me as well?
All the powers of the Deadfire have their eyes on the Watcher of Cadnua. Tell me, is the Watcher watching anyone?
Oh, Tekahu. Oh, kudos to this. I like it that a lot of modern RPGs try and involve some same-sex relationships and stuff. And this is, when I say cross-race, actual race, not the sort of the way we use race in humanity, which actually just means ethnicity. But there's genuinely multiple different sentient races in this game. He tips his head coyly to the side, letting his hair drape down with a moist squish. Option 1, Jyoti and I are awfully close. 2, I'm already attached, Tekahu, I'm sorry. 3, I'm not looking for any sort of complications. I'm already attached, Tekahu, I'm sorry. Oh, well, I'm not going to pretend. I'm going to say Jyoti and I are awfully close. I'm going to have to let him down. Because firstly, that tells him that my character is, prefers the opposite sex, and also tells the truth as well, rather than just I'm already attached. Jyoti and I are awfully close. This is one you just got to be honest, be straightforward. He tips his head coyly, letting his hair drape down with... I'm going to read this slowly. Letting his hair drape down with a moist squish. What a wonderful sentence. Isn't that delightful? 5, lip your lips sensually and wiggle your eyebrows. Oh my word. Love how my body transformed after. It was so encouraging for myself as well, and that's the opposite. I've had this incredible decouragement and sort of depression about the shape of my body with the change in the last 18 months as it's gone down and the work I've got to do to get it back. I'm in the worst shape of my life at the moment. 4, I can talk her into a 3. Jess, god damn it. Time flew by this week. I wasn't home properly besides sleeping, and then I went again. Yeah, relationship with Argonians look strange. Each to their own. Some people like a bit of sentient dinosaur. Jyoti and I are awfully close.
Ah, so innocence and piety inflamed your desire.
He's not taking no for an answer. He's acting like one of those god-awful pickup artists. You know, those freaks who like say this is how to get people to sleep with you, but they probably don't ever get laid themselves. Intrigued. Tekahu rubs his chin and nods. It wasn't so much innocence and piety as in the Jyoti is smoking hot. And the innocence and piety thing does my head in, but she's a nice person. She really just tries to get on with everyone and seems to rub like two of my main party members the wrong way. So I let her rub me the right way.
A pity you did not glance in my direction sooner, Captain. The pain of a missed opportunity. It is divine, I say.
Again, glanced in your direction plenty, mate, but my compass doesn't swing that way. Shrugging, he opens his palms by his sides, his smile uninterrupted and in every way unconcerned. I don't think for 1 second that he's remotely bothered. This guy is like just all about himself first. I had some other questions.
Captain.
Oh no, actually, nothing new to say there. Let's be off. Okay, he's leveled up. My word. Also played Jedi Fallen Order yesterday at a community meeting. It's madness, dude. Yes, it looks very, very good, but I need a new PC to run it. Make the Watcher's Tower. Oh my god, it's such a good story and combat. Yeah, it's generally good. She rubs people the wrong way. I let her rub me the right way. No, never. That's right. I'm going to go through the nice one, Sapphire. Nice one. Has reminded me. I've got to go through the quote list and adjust and tweak quite a number of them. 2 minutes on the hunt. What? God, what number quote are we on now? 296. Holy shit, we're nearly on 300. It was on like not even 100 in summer, and now it's just gone completely incredible. Let's level up him. Why is he only going to 12 now? It's ridiculous. He should have jumped to 12 for free when we took him out of the party thing. Brought him back into the party. Might give him a bit more athletics, actually. And for him, metaphysics, religion, streetwise, survival. While he's in the party, we don't currently have religion or history. Let's drop a bit more in history. Now then, he's got his new water spell, which is watery double. Nice. He can't get the insecty spells. Oh wow, I haven't given him spell shaping. Right, wait. What the hell is all this? Ow, oh Jesus. Wild Strike Freeze. The druid's knowledge of the forces of nature allowed them to automatically inflict additional freeze damage when spirit shifted. Wild Strike Shock. I'm tempted to get that, actually. Shock is awfully useful against certain... Yeah, so he can't use fire because he's a water shaper. Wild Strike Corrode. Shock is often good against all the animats and stuff. I might give him that. When he's spirit shifted, he can do additional shock damage. That said, what are some of the other options available? These new level 6 spells. I already told that many jokes. I spent so many creds. Evil just starts singing, "It's not gay if it's a three-way." So true. So true, especially if one of them's a lady. Conjure a Greater Blight. No, Sunlance can't do. Garden of Life. Hastens Barath's Wheel, causing rejuvenating plants to spring up in a corpse of the fallen, heal allies. Venom Bloom. Grows a beautiful but panic-inducing... I have to admit, that as a heal spell, Garden of Life's pretty cool. What are some of the other heal spells he has, potentially? Spreading Plague. That's not one of them. It's quite the opposite. That's what that guy brought to Twitch London. This is Touch of Rot. Nature's Vigor. Now, I want something that's going to directly actually give us some health back. Oh, we've already got that. Yeah, I might take this Garden of Life thing. It's pretty cool. Have him as a backup healer. Oh, he can get a new weapon type as well. So he can use a quarterstaff, a wand, rods, scepter might be interesting. Although as a druid, What else has he got there? He's got a quarterstaff and a one-handed club. As a druid, what else might he... Yeah, I'm going to give him the magical implement. Magical implement, so he'll be able to use all 3 types. Scepter for destructive channeling. Boom. Excellent. Teku, don't hit with friendly fire. Have to spell as a water element. I didn't know that. That's cool. I don't generally have him in the party. I just swapped him out for Jyoti right now because we've got more quests to do in Serpent's Crown. Glad you're enjoying Toad singing, the Toad singing chandelier. Oh God, that video. Yeah, so folks, Jess linked this YouTube thing of someone doing the voice of Toad from Mario, like Toadstool, little character, singing that pop song Chandelier, and it's basically someone destroying their vocal cords. I mean, screeching out this song. I know the song to hear it, but I can't sort of sing along to it without the track to help me. I'm not that familiar with it. So, yeah. And I don't know how this person's vocal cords have survived. Atepu. What's this? The raucous screeching of the birds in their cages is endless.
You have returned from the wastes unscathed. This is good.
I like to think so. Cheers, mate. Alright, anyway. I think we're allowed to go into the upper palace now, maybe. Ooh! Is this theft? Apparently not. Someone finished off a quick meal here. Oh, what the hell is that? Though simple in construction, the sink is clean and tidy, one would hope. Chandelier by Sia. Yeah, that one, and it's pretty vicious to listen to. The Rise of the Cypher Rangers. How long is this? Because this is kind of interesting. Oh, it's quite quick. The line of succession in Huana tribe is malleable to change. One trend remains constant. Mataru warriors possessing strength, leadership, and wisdom make a natural choice for Rangers. The Kahanga diverged from this pattern centuries ago. Instead of choosing from accomplished fighters or hunters, the Kahanga looked to the most intellectual and tactical Mataru born. Recent Kahanga generations have embraced this uncommon practice by favouring ciphers in their leadership. Some believe the development to be in reaction to the spread of foreign influence in the Deadfire, but the tradition stretches further than most credit. Onekaza II, latest of the Cypher Rangers, seems determined to not be the last of the Cypher Rangers as she clings to diminishing Huana sovereignty in the region. Oh, so she's actually a Cypher, Onekaza. Rising where other tribes flounder, the Kahanga are praised for keen political manoeuvring and endurance in the face of relentless trials. All that remains to be seen is how much one Cypher can endure. Well, we'll have all that. Thanks very much. I want to say from the chandelier. It's insane. Krayven left out the part where he's wearing I had headphones on when I listened to it. That was a fucking mistake. Let's do another bean. Let's get the debts. Actually, this is the Onyx John debt. I'm just going to pick the ones I want to do. So, Vomit or Peach. I haven't had Peach in ages, so hopefully this is Peach. It actually was. It actually was. Oh, it's Peach, right. The Onyx John debt is down to 74. Have I been up here before? Hail, daughter of Amira. I don't think I have.
My brothers and sisters have set sail for Nekataka.
I thought the tribes needed them to calm the weather.
A greater storm surrounds this place. We must answer the call of the Kahanga. If the outsiders do not trample us first, the Green God will surely do it for them.
Do not speak this way, my love.
Okay, are you guys done talking? For fuck's sake. Right, finally. Palace Spear Warden. Hello. Be grateful for our Queen's hospitality, Watcher. Yeah, okay, cool. Whose room is this? Gonna go link up on... Oh, no. Okay, damn it. Everything counts as stealing in here. That's unfortunate. While Aruihi's collection is impressive, few of the blades are actually sharp. Oh, this is Aruihi's bedroom. Whichever creature these drawers belong to is clearly massive. Some sort of sharp. I'm on a computer now. My connection's really bad, so I'll need to go and get home. Hey, no worries, man. Thanks for trying. No rush at all, Edgy, bless you. And yeah, having headphones on for that Toad singing chandelier thing was ridiculously poor mistake, because it gets loud. Watershaper Storm Speaker. We got some new people. Before we go and greet the Queen, let's go and see if we can grab some quick quests. Palace Spear Warden, Juana Diplomat, and a Raotain Diplomat. What have they got to say? Onekaza is a shrewd negotiator. Yeah, I bet she is. She is smart. Effects, thank you so much for the host. The Krayven minions cheer in your honour. Because if they don't, we beat them. The quiet gurgling in the fountain is a constant backdrop in this spacious chamber. It's probably going to make you want to pee. Now you're named Barati.
He smells one touched by the great eel, does Barati.
They always talk in the third person. A sizable I always pronounce this wrong. It's it's Aumoa. Oh, Aumoa. It's not Aumoa like the way I've been saying it. It's Aumoa. Aumoa tilts his head up and looks down his nose at you, flaring his nostrils with hungry interest.
You are a man who sits across a fire with death. Akira?
Option 1, sorry, what? Option 2, the Pallid Knight and I are on familiar terms. Although the fact that I'm also from the Deadfire Archipelago gives me a nice... again, this isn't so much a skill check. This is a home check, like where I'm originally home was. I peered through the drawers of Tangaloa a time or 2 or 3. Definitely taking that one. He nods, clasping his hands with quiet delight. Yes, I am originally a native of this place.
For blooding mighty Tangaloa and hurling foes into their next life, Barati can offer payment. Coins for feeding hungry gods. Akira?
Akira. Oh, so he's another bounty giver. Okay, Akira.
Rewarding those who appease the great eel. This is Barati's cause.
Let's have another bean.
May the beasts of the dreaming lands never know famine.
May the beasts of the dreaming lands never know famine. Right, marshmallow or stink bug. I haven't had stink bug yet. This one's always been nice to me. And it continues to be so. Barati inclines his head and touches his brow, holding the pose with deep reverence. What bounties do you have available? We'd love to get a bounty.
Rolls a hungry eye toward Dichila, a Valian captain who scouts for luminous Adra in sacred lands.
Oh, Barati squeezes his knuckles till they're bone white. I've already dealt with Tequila. That's handy. I did a bounty I didn't realise was a bounty.
With joy, not hunger, does the great eel lash its mighty tail. Dichila has sated the beast for now.
Quest received, quest updated, quest complete. All in one go. Barati passes you a pouch of coins and clasps your hand hard. That was the easiest 1500 copper and 4,000 odd experience ever. What bounties do you have available?
Tangaloa Nash about a Raotain captain named Ohiro.
Oh, Raotain, I'll happily kill one of them. They're dicks. Barati folds his arms and closes his eyes, exhaling sharply.
His cannon fire echoes in the ears of slumbering gods. The beast cries out for a more restful Deadfire.
I'll take the bounty.
Akira, you chose wisely. Ohiro sails the junk Stone Anchor, south of the Kua-o-Rikuhu island chain due east of Nekataka.
Okay.
The gods will thank you for quieter seas.
Barati inclines his head and touches his brow. Before I go, I had some questions.
Ask, but do not keep the great eel waiting.
Okay.
Continue the hunt, good feeder. Return when the kill is complete, no sooner.
Alright. We got some more bounties. Brilliant. Well, that was worth it. Who are you? Something on your thingy, Traveller, Palace, Spear Warden, any other named people worth talking to, Storm Speaker, Mataru Courtier. An actual courtier. Those foreigners like to yell, don't they? Yeah, they seem to.
Oh, what a day! What a lovely day!
Hunter, you must slay Tequila. Suddenly, a big bottle of tequila appears. The shot glass, the bounty giver smirks with an evil glint in his eyes. Many have tried and failed at this task. Exclamation mark Hunt in the chat. That's great, Jess. I love it. You must slay Tequila. I have occasionally slain Tequila, but more frequently it slays me. Right, how big is this upper floor? It's quite substantial. Quite substantial. Your presence is a gift. Yes, they're all sort of very reverent about the godlike. Have I been in here before? I think this is the Queen's royal bedchamber, don't you know? It is. Don't mind me. Just like here to nick all her shit.
Consider it done.
What pages lie strewn between the books hold strange implements of letters, not all in the Huana alphabet. What the hell is that? Oh no, that's... Again, it's a secret, but it's theft. Oh no, those are some very powerful scrolls, and we're not going to take them. We're not going to take them. We're better than that. Could get in trouble just for looking at them. That's the problem. Right, so Kahanga Palace, that's the way back down. We've got to find our way to the upper garden. There's a rooftop garden. That's the private sanctuary of the Queen. If you go up there, you're in a world of shit. So this is basically just the bedrooms of an upper courtyard, an upper court, plus the private chambers of the Prince and the Queen. Let's train before. Nice. Exclamation mark hunt in the chat, folks. Exclamation mark hunt in the chat. You walk in the long shadow of Ngati's Chosen. Yes, that's because we got Ngati's Chosen is Tekahu. Another one of these amazing water sculptures. Damn, plated dust viper, and we beat it again. Hopefully we'll get a few more hunters soon. Get Stone Crusher Phoenix. Hunting's been a bit quieter recently. What is this? Motes of light dart through the winding streams of water like schools of fish. This looks very, very cool. Okay, get a quick save up and done. Where is this woman? There's Queen Onekaza II lounging about. An elder tiger. She's got a pet tiger. That's nice. Palace archer, Queen's guard, master water shaper, elder storm speaker, master water shaper, master water shaper. This rooftop garden is pretty tidy. Who actually won the duel? Well done, Edgy. Well fought, both of you. Don't my link's right up. Want me to take you? Yeah, go for it, my dude. Go for it. Go for it. And thank you, See You Dying. Thank you so much for taking the time doing that. It's incredibly helpful. Yourself and Andy and Detox and George. Okay, I don't think there's too much more around here. Let's zoom in a little bit. Do we approach and be recognized? Right
here.
Actually, no. I want all of my party with me in case I have some party-based skill checks.
It is high time we spoke away from the exhaustive filter of the court.
Quest updated from the wreckage. The Queen has affected a far more relaxed posture. A pair of tigers lounge indolently beside her seat. She's really going for that whole, man, look at them just actually fanning her. She's going for that real sort of native queen thing going on. Total quest experience 21,000. That's pretty nice.
My children, Kahopa and Tangaloa. It is to them that I answer when dignitaries do not pound at my door.
They're your children. Lady, they're tigers. She pats the heads of the massive tigers, smiling as they lean into the gesture.
I think I speak for all of us when I say we'd be honored to pet your children.
Adair loves to pet the animals. Move in to pet them. I'll say no. Adair loves to pet animals, so go on, Adair. You take the honors.
Trick with cats, of course, is you gotta ignore him first. Get him interested.
Adair rocks back and forth on his heels, averting his gaze from the cats. Yet every few seconds he slips up and peeks at them. I love how Adair loves the animals.
We are of one mind. My mother taught me to bait an enemy into the open. Give it comfort and confidence.
Tiger in the streets and liger in the sheets. Ligers are all naturally sterile. Onekaza smiles up at Adair before returning her focus to you.
My brother speaks of your journey from Motare Okozi. Mostly, he mourns the loss of his expedition.
Onekaza looks out on the city and sighs through her nose.
Scholars pore over your findings as if a charcoal rubbing could build a bridge to Ukaizo. I have learned to restrain my optimism.
Okay.
A messenger from the jaws of Tangaloa speaks with the voice of wisdom and change, I say.
She raises her brows at you.
It is fitting that yours should be the voice that tells of Hasongo's fate. What did you see there?
Some Naga occupied the colony after Aethys drained the Ardra. I let them live. 2. Forget what I saw. Aethys is heading for Magran's teeth. Well, I'll tell her this bit first. Some Naga occupied the colony after Aethys drained the Ardra. I let them live.
The snakes are on edge. Where comes this new boldness?
Onekaza thumbs her chin and narrows her eyes.
Far be it for me to complain if they make trouble for outsiders.
There is a weariness to her thoughts that she doesn't bother to hide. Yeah, because she's a cipher, so she can do that.
What of Aethys? If you know why he terrorizes the Deadfire, speak on.
The Queen nods. And the fact is, that's what makes her such a shrewd negotiator, is that she can read all the minds of these people trying to exploit her. Option 1. Aethys is heading for Magran's teeth. I come back to Krayven home. Well, welcome back to Krayven's town, Shadow Ned. We don't go to Krayven's home. But that is, I've got that, and I'm trying to think up a way to implement that more. That is going to be a little failed outpost of which a terrible thing happened. Shadow Ned, it is great to have you back in Krayven's town in the Krayven content multiplex. Steer clear of Krayven home. Steer clear of Krayven's home. It's a terrible incident occurred there. Good to have you, mate. How's your weekend been? How's your week been? Had to split it. Enjoy eventually. I shall. See you dying. Thank you again. Sincerely. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. It was a lot of time and effort for you to write up. Option 1. Aethys is headed for Magran's teeth. 2. I am to meet him at the Great Volcano of Ashen Moor. 3. He needs more luminous Ardra. Magran's teeth and logical step. Insight check. 4. He makes for Magran's teeth, but I believe that is only a waypoint. Take the insight check. It's completely in keeping. It's the primary, secondary skill I like to use. Tells her what I want to say. Also as a skill check. Yep, we'll do that one. I believe that is only a waypoint. Tapping her chin, Onekaza nods and weighs the matter. At length, even her expression spreads into a pleased and knowing smile. Shannon, I had to get new headphones. My ones balked from me tripping over the cord. Oof, oh dear. Hope you got some good ones. Might be a stupid question, but what on earth is Krayven home? Krayven's home. Krayven's home. It's a play on words. So basically, Edgy, in Half-Life 2, there's a abandoned town called Ravenholm, or Ravensholm. I think it's Ravenholm. And I might just call it Krayvenholm without the S to tie in more with Ravenholm. I haven't decided yet. Because people keep mispronouncing Krayven's town as Krayven town. It's like, no, there's an S in there. It's Krayven's town. But yeah, because when Shannon Ed first came to it popped up in the chat the other week, like last week, he did a play on words like, is it like Krayvenholm, thinking like it's Krayven's town, and I was like, that's such a genius thing that I want to tie it into the Krayven's town lore, which, you know, we have this kind of expanded lore of the town and stuff. So Krayvenholm is the idea of that is a little outpost from Krayven's town. Now that the town has grown to substantial size, it's like an old small offshoot colony from the main town where a terrible incident happened. So much like to parody the Half-Life 2 saying we don't go to Ravenholm, it's we don't go to Krayvenholm. So that's what it's become. And yeah, there's the clip that Shadownet took. We don't exit Krayvenholm anymore. Yes, we do. The people that were there, the survivors left. But in short, it's just a little bit of extra lore. It's just a little bit of extra lore that occurred, like all the lore often does, very organically. I either think it up on the spot, or someone says something in the chat, and we kind of incorporate it into the growing tapestry of lore and backstory to the town in person. And that one was Shadowned's rather brilliant contribution.
If Aethys makes for Magran's teeth, I say the Rathun will grind him to dust for the praise of their warrior matron.
Her brow rises with interest. Well, what are the Rathun? And if it's a warrior matron, do they serve Magran or something? Because she's a warrior queen. God. Yeah, queen sort of goddess character.
Even if they fail, it will be an enemy cleared from my plate. This is the gratitude of Nagati, I say.
Option 1, Rathun. Option 2, I doubt anyone could even slow Aethys down, much less stop him. Or 3, say nothing. Option 1, Rathun. Yeah, I wouldn't mind knowing what they are.
The fiery children of Magran, devoted to their mother with a fanatic zeal. bothersome, but the least of my troubles now.
So yeah, okay, so they are warrior fanatics of Magrin. I'm actually marked as a fire godlike. I'm marked by Magrin, so it'd be interesting for myself to go there, because yeah, in a volcano, that's like very much the realm of Magrin.
From Port Mage to Hasongo to Magrin's Teeth, Aethys follows a rich vein of Adra. It takes him northeast to more interesting territory.
That's the main part of the map we haven't been to yet, is the northeast. Continue.
In the deepest memory of the tribes, we have told stories of Magrin's Teeth. Embellished sailors' fables, Akira, but not without some truth.
Right, this one's either going to be coconut or spoiled milk. Let's get that tally down to 73 that we owe Onyx John. Spoiled milk. Oh, God.
My people speak of treacherous seas, lakes of fire, and the ancient warriors hammered to life on Magrin's anvil.
Now Magrin has an anvil? I thought Abaddon was the one with an anvil. Oh, yuck. Onekaza props her chin on her fists and looks you up and down.
Do not depend upon them seeing you as kin.
Ah, you see, now that... She said that specifically because I am a fire godlike. I think she would only say that because I'm a fire godlike. Do not depend on them seeing you as kin. So even the fact I'm a fire godlike, they won't. She tips her head with a knowing smile. It's rumoured that Krayven home was destroyed because a member of the Twisted Sisterhood told a pun that was so terrible it offended the gods, so the place was smited. No, that is how you get the blessing of the gods. Telling a pun so terrible is a good way to grant yourself a limited wish. The Twisted Sisterhood did have something to do with the incident in Krayven home, but it certainly wasn't a bad pun. And see, just like that. We don't know what it's going to be yet, but I'm going to weave that into the narrative of the incident at Krayven home. It involves the Twisted Sisterhood. Evil Jess has now contributed that part of the story, and that is now Krayven Town canon. Canon with a K.
Ashen Maw is the grandest and most accessible of the peaks. It is the sharpest tooth in Magrin's jaw. Prepare yourself for a fight.
2. Any chance of support ships to accompany the Defiant? I don't need them. I will, Highness.
If you make preparations in Nekataka, I say we can help each other.
She sits up straighter and regards you with a level expression.
I must keep the city's peace, and I have only so many arms and eyes.
Uh-huh.
While the dead fire screams, I would see Nekataka outlast the storm to come.
Option 1, what do you need from me? Option 2, I have no desire to help the Huana cause. 3, I only came here to warn of what's to come, the rest is up to you. No, what do you need from me? I'm sort of pro-native. I think it suits my character as well, because although he settled in the Deerwoods, that is essentially a space that was largely taken over or fully occupied already, and the Glanfathans were moved back and had their own territory. Whereas Krayven, as a character, he's originally from the Deadfire. So I see these other groups coming in and exploiting being a bit of a hindrance, and I'm sort of more pro-Huana. In truth, I'll support the Valians to a point, because they're not as bad as the Rautayans, and the Valians are close to Deerwood, where I'm based, so I've got to play politics with them a little more as well. So I'm trying to think of the characterizations and the rationalizations that my character would make, but by and large, to a point, I want to help the Huana. So what do you need from me?
What I need is a lasting peace that will outlive my dynasty. But I will accept peace of mind for now.
You mean dynasty? Well, peace of mind, fair enough.
What do you know of my Watershapers, Herald of Bereth?
Onekaza leans forward and rests her chin on her fist. Both of these, I've got 2, again, because I'm a Deadfire Archipelago native. They are keepers of ancient Huana tradition. I could turn to Tekahu and say, Tekahu, thoughts. Again, that's because he's the recommended companion. If he wasn't here, I wouldn't have that option. 3, I know they gave Rautai no end of trouble in their early advance. 4, they shape water. And 5, not much. Well, I'll take option 1. They are the keepers of ancient Huana tradition.
Akira, and a heavy burden it is for so few to carry.
Indeed.
My Watershapers are the levy holding back Rauatai's advance. An adept standing at the prow of a war canoe is enough to send the fleet scrambling for the shallows.
Pretty powerful asset to have. She eases back, languid and satisfied. It seems the Rauatai the main problem. The Valians seem to be a secondary group here.
This reminds me. I owe the Hazanui a basket of koiki in remembrance of the Battle of Nekaro Atoll.
She snaps her fingers and nods to an attendant who scurries off. I owe the Hazanui, the Rauatai Admirable, a basket of koiki in remembrance of the Battle of Nekaro Atoll. The Battle of Nekaro Atoll. In 2758 AI, Rauatai encroached on Huana lands and made an enemy of the Wahaki tribe. The Wahaki are the most warlike of the Huana tribes. They're the ones who were guarding that beach that was referred to by the prince earlier. The bloody conflict came to a head at Nekaro Atoll, where Rauatai's warships decimated the tribal force. In the aftermath, the Huana crown dispatched Watershapers to sink Rauatai's most prized vessel, the Tenets of Iron, as a reprisal and demonstration of power. So it's like, yeah, you might have won that fight, but, you know, we just annihilated your capital ship. So she's sending this gift in remembrance as to the Hazanui. Okay, she's very anti-Rauatai. Curious thing is, the Huana and the Rauatai represent the two groups of the same race, of the Amua. One is from the Rauataian Empire, and the Huana are the sort of natives, the coastal Amua and the island Amua, respectively. Sounds like a kind gesture. Poking the hornet's nest. Well, again, Deadfire, sending your enemies a warning.
The voices of the dead echo through Tangaloa's mouth, wailing of their missteps in life. I merely ask the Hazanui to listen.
Yeah, sure, lady.
While the problems of Aethys and overindulgent admirals plague these waters, I have summoned the masters of water shaping to Nekataka.
Oh yeah, okay, so nothing that she doesn't want to get into the city is going to, at least by water.
Now would be the time to confer with Guildmaster Myru, but she does not answer my summons.
Onekaza looks out on her city. Her hand squeezes down on the armrest. Option 1, do you think something is wrong? 2, maybe she's just overworked. 3, doesn't sound like you have a grip on the most important asset in Nekataka, Highness. Or 4, I'll give her a nudge the next time I see her. I'll give her a nudge next time I see her. Might sort of undermine her authority further. Like, oh yeah, I see her all the time, that's fine. Maybe she's just overworked. 3, doesn't sound like you have a grip. That's kind of, again, directly commenting on what she already feels. So I'm going to play it diplomatic. Option 1, do you think something's wrong? Just let her say what, you know, what she thinks.
It is too early to grow a forest from this coconut, but I would not dispatch you if I felt at ease.
I don't doubt it.
The guild can suffer no setbacks. If Myru shirks her duties, her queen would know the reason.
She stares off into the distance and sighs, her gaze unfixed.
Nagati, do not abandon us now.
That's her own thoughts. Onekaza turns her gaze back to you and flinches. This was not a thought she intended to share. She didn't realise that as a watcher I can pick up on that stuff. Oh, ding grats to a lot of us. The shadow under Nekataka. Damn. Major developments. Major developments. Okay, Pariki's Overlook. Shadow under Nekataka. Well, I'll keep, what's his name in the party for now then, Tekahu. Food for thought. We should get ourselves to the gullet. Inform Enoi. I've brokered a deal. We'll get Jyoti back in the party for that as well afterwards then. We'll do this thing in Pariki's Overlook first. Then we got to get over to the Brass Citadel and see that bastard from the Royal Deadfire Company. Alright, but we've got several folks leveled up, including 3 of our primary party members. So let's see what they've got. Already to level 14. Nice. Mechanics 10's more than enough for most of them. So I need to be pumping his athletics a bit more. And streetwise and survival. She'll generally stay in the party, so I might pop a bit more into streetwise there. Now, skills. What we got? What we got? This one is weapon specialization. Do I want to unlock extra slots for his items, maybe? Don't know. Unbreakable, which we already have once per encounter. What is this? Gives a damage bonus to the fighter's proficient weapons, which kind of forces me to stick with proficient weapons. We've only got one ability this time. Level 14 only gives us one new one rather than two. Lower their guard. Requires into the fray. I have into... Oh, you can only choose one specialization of a basic weapon upgrade. So he's got Discipline Barrage. Do we then upgrade that to Tactical Barrage? Gets the acute inspiration, or improve the aware inspiration to the intuitive for disciplined strikes. We could also upgrade Unbending. Either turn it to Unbending Shield. The fighter and their allies now also gain Resolute. Current Unbending. Oh, gets their health lost from each attack. Don't know if you guys get this message, but the connection is terrible currently, so back later. No worries. Saw it, Edgy. Saw it. We'll see you in a little bit, my dude. Hopefully the connection improves. Thank you for leaving up any lurk you're doing. Again, we can specialize it this way. Unbending Trunk. The fighter now recovers more health from each attack received. Fighter and their allies now gain. How far does that spread? Because the Resolute inspiration could be quite nice. Oh, 2.5 from the caster. That's not such a big AoE. 25% of damage taken converted into healing for 2 rounds. I could just turn him into an absolute animal for it. This would give me a third of all damage taken converted into healing. Very tempted by that one. It's extremely good. Yeah, I've got to do Unbending Trunk to make him an absolute beast.
Oh, there's no way. You're awake. What are you doing awake?
Yo, Duncan, and there's... Oh, and I forgot to say, although I was hoping Darkins would be around and I could show it to him, but he's away at the moment. We do have another sound effect that he requested. So whenever... I know we normally use day for going on a hunt, but for any victory, including when we win a hunt or if a boss gets killed or something like that, you guys might remember Cloth. That final battle where Cloth helped us out against the traitor lord in Hollow Knight. We have that for like victory or leaping into battle or winning something. It's generally used, but that's the newest sound effects. The spirit of Cloth was with us today. Thanks in perpetuity to Lord Darkins to help us achieve a mighty victory. So, hunt, exclamation mark, hunt in the chat. And let's get the day command to wake everyone up. We're going hunting. We're going hunting. And we have that victory one. We have that victory one in case we win. But it doesn't just have to be for hunting as well. But that's a new sound effect. Duncan, how are you doing, my dude? Anyway, let's get the rest of the party leveled up. Hunt in the chat, folks. Hunt in the chat. Hunt in the chat. Oof. I might run them downstairs to a less resource-intensive area. Hunt in the chat, kids. Hunt in the chat. Well, that's 5 of us already. Guaranteed victory against a Dust Viper. Can we get a Stone Crusher Phoenix? Doing good. Yeah, I'm doing pretty solid, man. How's your weekend been? Been a quiet one. I say quiet one. I've been doing streams all weekend to make up for a week being sick. Arcana. Don't really need explosives or... Oh yeah, he's the main alchemy monkey. We'll give him more alchemy. Intimidation, bluff. Insight and metaphysics. Yeah, we're taking another point of insight. Very insightful. Conversation will be difficult to navigate. People may be evasive. Insight is used to empathize with someone, understand their underlying motivations and so on. And metaphysics... Yeah, very suitable. Curiously enough, although he's an explorer, I have hardly bothered with history or diplomacy, even though those are explorer perks. Most of the skill points I spent from the people I visited to spend 3,000 copper on getting better skills. I ended up losing, which sucks a bit. I reset and min-maxed. In fact, Decadency, question to you. You know the skill trainers who can give you spend 3,000 copper with them, they can give you bonus skills. If you've already spent that, do you lose all that again if you retrain your characters? Because I feel like I've lost a bunch of points I paid for and you can't pay for them twice. You had a pretty good weekend. That's wicked, man. What did you get up to? You spending some time with your other half? Seeing family, or what is it? I'm all ears. I'm very glad you had a nice time, mate. Swap out the Badlands of Krayven home. Now the Badlands. I don't swap out. I see where you're getting at. I don't swap out stuff altogether, but I could do some additional bosses that and monsters that live in Krayven home. I could have more of them, but the Badlands is there. The Badlands is established canon, so yeah, we don't sort of change it up completely. We add to it, we embellish it and evolve it. Do I want to do the long pain? I could upgrade the stunning surge. If this critically hits, it has its cost refunded. I actually don't use that ability very much at all. Yeah, no worries. I get that, Shadow Ned, but now you know. So you threw that out, and I'm explaining it back. That wasn't me telling you off. That was me just responding. It's a crucial difference. The monk gains 2 modal abilities that allows them to switch between linking their incoming wounds to their body or their mind. Don't find it overly useful. What's this? Mortification of the soul for a quick free wound. I've never needed that. Enlightened agony. I get the smart inspiration as well. Clarity of agony. Through pain, the monk is able to cleanse their body, reducing the duration of incoming existing hostile effects. I've never used that either. I don't use the long pain much, to be honest. What the hell is this? Skyward kick. The monk launches his target into the air, slamming them back down to the ground and leaving them prone. Or we can upgrade the pain persists. What's that? Heartbeat drumming. Accurate in power. Lasting in power. Parting sorrow. Enemies that break engagement with the monk give the monk a wound. I'm going to take that skyward kick. Most of the rest of it's not that good. Was at my girlfriend's this weekend. Didn't do much outdoor activities. Raking leaves. That's all right. Watch Toy Story 2. Toy Story 2 is very, very good. The whole Toy Story trilogy is amazing. But yeah, Decadency, if you're there and chilling, genuine question. Do you lose the points you buy from skill trainers, the additional ones that you buy for your main character, if you respec the main character's skills? Got her on Intimidate. I don't know why I didn't just make her more streetwise instead. We'll give her a point in Bluff, and another one in Explosive. Oh my god! Hello there! It's for every one of us! Don't for every one of us! Hit that legit! Oh, Book Hunter!
Hello there.
Hello there, Book Hunter. Welcome back to the ranks of the citizenry. It's not you're not just legit. You're Krayven's Town legit, mate. Absolute legend. Citizens, please hit that legit. Hit that legit. Already on it. Already on it. What a great bunch. What a great bunch. Book Hunter, thank you kindly for 2 months of loyal citizenship. Enjoy the continued use of the emotes. The rest are coming. 2 more are coming this month. Absolutely gonna do my darndest to get that in there, and then the final one will be in place. And I've got to go start drawing them up for bits, because they're going to be emotes for bits coming in 2020. Use that legit as you see fit. The most common bit of gamer slang over the entire internet. Whenever someone says legit, does something legit, you want to emphasize other emotes by putting legit in front of them. And of course, hit that legit when we get new citizens, including for yourself, and wave that welcome when we get new residents. Wave your Krayven's town flag loud and proud every time you chat. Continue to do so, and the longer your citizenship is maintained by yourself for another kind gifted visa, the fancier and more prestigious it will get. You'll be able to enter the Citizens giveaway. The next giveaway, the subs only prize draw, is going to be this Sunday. So not today, but Sunday next week, the 1st of December at 8 p.m. UK time. Show will start at 7, ! Giveaway when we open that up, so make sure you don't miss that. And 4th, you'll have access to the Krayven Sound Chronicle, the next one, edition 5, will be landing with you at the start of December. The only newspaper you'll ever need, with all the retrospective, future perspective headlines and happenings of what's going on in the town and in the channel. That is also posted in the Citizens Lounge, which is one half of Citizens Towers, which is the subs-only area of Discord, which you will have or you will maintain access to because your Twitch account is linked to your Discord account. Your Twitch account that has got the subscription, has got the citizenship, is linked to your Discord account, and your name will remain in gold, including the lounge, the subs-only chat area, and the treasury, the gift exchange on a first-come, first-served basis. Last but by no means least, my undying appreciation and gratitude, and licorice or skunk spray, thank you so much. I do appreciate the continued support, Book Hunter. How are you? I wish you a terrible jelly bean. Well, I got licorice. That's the shittiest of the nice flavours, so there is that. There is that. And Decadency said it's a buff, like a passive skill. Oh, is it like a permanent buff? Let me check in a second. Let me just check in a second. Licorice. Book Hunter, thank you again. Thank you kindly. Alright, let's have a look at them. I'll pick this paladin skill. Yeah, permanent. Ah, okay, got you. I just want to see if I can find it on the character menu in a second. What do I use? I don't... Oh my god! Yo! Citizen Zombie, how you doing? Thank you so much for 75 biddies. That was very well timed indeed. Thank you so much. That one got me good. You could teach Darkens a thing or two with that timing. Good evening, mate. How's tricks? Level 7, so reinforcing. The thing is, most of her exhortations I just don't use at all. I'm wondering if I should use them more. Greater lay on hands, I've upgraded that one. I might just do... I don't even use her exalted charge. And what have we got here? Reinforcing exhortation, cost 2 zeal. Commands and allies redouble their efforts, improving their deflection, granting them fit inspiration. And came and saw that you were in the labs, so I waited. Oh, bless you. Well done, your timing was impeccable. Live, how's things with yourself, Zombie? Always nice to see you. I do hope you're doing well. We bought those paladin specific ones. Any other paladin specific ones kicking about? Well, I can tell. Penetrating in power, lasting in power. What it says? Practiced healer, uncanny luck, tough, Scion of Flame, Bull's Will, weapon and shield style, inspired defenses, divine purpose. Where's the ability to unlock, like, I'll gain additional weapon set? Don't want an additional weapon set. I wouldn't mind an additional item slots. One-handed style. Doesn't seem to even be readily available. Where's the unlock additional item slots? Inspired defenses. You got this one, hastening exhortation. Can command an ally to increase their pace during combat, granting them quick. I could use her more as a buff bot, really. Commands an ally to redouble, improving deflection, granting them the fit inspiration. What does fit even do? +5 constitution. And what does quick do? +5 dexterity. Invalid subclass, we've already got that one. Yeah, I'm not so impressed at the range of abilities paladins have this time round. Got Wednesday through Sunday off next week, so woohoo! Nice! Yeah, we had a hunt recently, but you can certainly spin, Zombie. Remind me what you do for a living, dude. What are some of these upgrades worth? Steadfast Inspiration upgraded to Resolute. What is Resolute? +5 resolve. Resolve concentration per round. I don't get what that means. Yeah, because steadfast, right, +5 resolve. And then +5 resolve concentration per round. What? I don't get how that works. That was it. Cybersecurity. You had said before. Grants quick as well. I'll just take reinforcing exhortation maybe, or... Yeah, that'll do. I don't know if some of her buffs are really worth piling on, but they could be. They could be. Right, anyway, we should really send this lot back downstairs. Oh, sorry, my thing locked off a bit there. Get back to Pariki's Overlook. Get Jyoti in the party again. Then get to the Gullet. Hand that little bit in. Then quite a lot of the quests and bits and pieces to move things on, maybe in Nekataka, are starting to get done. Well, that was a relatively straightforward visit to the palace. I think it's going to be more curious when we have to go and say hi to... Well, actually, I don't need to come all that way, do I? I can just come to there instead. What I'm thinking is, yeah, how much more we've necessarily got to do in here before we can head back out into the wider world properly. So we've been docked up here for a little bit. Certainly, it's going to be a shorter visit than... and well done, both of you. Well fought, both. Congratulations, Zombie. I love how polite everyone is to one another. It's always, there's this understanding to, like, well fought one another, well fought you, and well fought you as well. There's just become this organic sort of code of honor in the town gladiatorial arena to, you know, sort of bow and be gracious. So kudos. I like how that is something that's evolved just because our community's so nice. Anyhow, we got to get to Pariki's Overlook. Bakana's Folly, we can head back up there. That looks like it's good, because that island and doing that thing for the Archmage, that's going to be a bit easier now. It's only 1 level above us rather than like 3 levels above us like it previously was. We got a few more bounties available. I still got a couple more to hand in, like at Dunnage. Should swing over to Dunnage and hand those in. We've got to do more with Crookspur as well, the island of Crookspur. And I want to go and visit that woman and say, look, I hate Mad Marina, I don't want to work with her. So Shadow under Nekataka, speak to Guildmaster Meru in the Watershapers Guild in Pariki's Overlook. Well, we're going to need Squid Boy for that one. Hey, Citizen Golem! Hello, hello, hello. In history, gladiators are very honourable in fights as well. True. Roman gladiators, they got paid in many ways the sort of way sort of top sports stars do now. If a gladiator won 2 fights in a row, just like one is first fight, one is second fight, in like the Colosseum, they could make in those 2 fights what an actual legionary, like a full military legionary, would make in a year. Which is mad. I'm doing well, Golem. Yeah, I'm feeling good. I had a bit of a rough week getting over a cold that I picked up at Twitch, or someone infected me with at Twitch London along with a bunch of other people. But it didn't knock me out of action for too long, and I didn't have to miss any of my streams this week. I just had to schedule them a little bit differently. But it allowed me to take care of a sponsored stream and also do 2 very fun Game Changer donation rewards on Friday and Saturday. Otherwise, been continuing to use November to catch up on life after a very hectic all of spring and summer and half of autumn, and yeah, starting to slowly feel a bit on top of things. But I'm also noticing the end of the year racing towards me, which is a little bit unnerving. Going to be building a new PC, well, buying a new PC very soon, and then building it very shortly after that. So yeah, plenty going on, all kinds of good stuff. Mary, what about yourself, Golem? How's things with your own life? Where's the Watershapers Guild? Where's the Watershapers Guild? Oh, right there, the enormous building that's like surrounded by enchanted water is probably a good place to look. Everyone around here knows Tekahu. I love it. Yeah, also with like the animated water curtains. Right, stay hydrated, everybody. Stay hydrated. Let's get the Onyx Bean debt down to 73.
What happened here?
Oh, Jesus Christ. Something's happened. What on earth? Shadow under Nekataka. Someone's come through and like murdered most of the guild. Ah, that's cool. Good, thanks. Family's a bit upset with family problems, but I just get upset if I see them upset. Oh, I'm sorry to hear that that's going on. You get upset if you see them upset. I hope it's stuff that can be overcome and isn't too severe. I won't dwell on it if you want to just take time away from all of that and just enjoy a show, enjoy a stream. But you know that the clinic in Krayven's Town is there if you ever need to have a vent about it. But I'm glad you're well otherwise. What has happened here? Let's have a look at this journal update. Naga, the snakes, have attacked the guild hall and the first floor is littered with bodies. None of them Meru. That's why she hasn't showed up. She might need help holding her forces against this attack. I let a few of the Naga live, and now I'm wondering what's happened. Tutti Frutti or Stinky Socks? Let's get the Onyx debt down to 73. Oh, it's Tutti Frutti as well. Okay, we're going to sneak. Because you'd like to sneak. Something, whatever. Oh, look, bodies we can loot. Oh, well, they don't need it where they're going. Watershapers robe. I thought the Watershapers robe was going to be unique. Apparently it's not. They're all exceptional and Azata shells. By the way, I bought a pet snake for my wife yesterday. Oh wow, cool. Is she like sort of exotic pets and that kind of stuff? What snake did you get? Pity Dizengati, Lady of Lament, as the pearl orb of the heavens crosses her view. We've read all that stuff before. Right, I'm going to put on fast mode while we sneak around, just to save a bit of time. How big is the area we've got to cover? Right, we're going to take a grid-like approach before going out to the back or taking a floor up. I'm going to head to bed. Got to head to work tomorrow as I was sick on Friday. Hopefully I'll feel better. I hope you will as well. Yeah, I remember you saying you were sick recently, and thanks so much for being here, Saf. I'm sorry you won't get the story time to drop off to bed with, but I understand you need to get to bed to get up early, so sleep well, lovely. And I hope you sort of feel better, a little bit more upbeat and with it, because I know you're working really hard with the canvassing as well as the regular work. Yes, indeed. Indeed. Shake it off, get a good night's rest, and know that some people are just dicks. She wanted a ball python, so I got it. Oh, his name is Pound Cake, a python. Crikey. Is that one of the pythons that can get really big, like sort of Jungle Book big? I post from Discord, yes, the petting zoo is a perfect spot for that. In the picture canals, just in case you don't already know, but also for the benefit of others who don't know, the picture canals petting zoo. Haven't I already been... Oh, so okay. I'm still not necessarily going to steal stuff, even though this place has been largely attacked and abandoned.
Go no further. There is a situation in the guild hall.
What? The Watershaper glances over his shoulder, his chest rising and falling with deep breaths. That's Ekenu. Aww, no, balls only get to 6 feet long. That's pretty big. Does it have a mixture of soapbox stuff? Is it okay? I can go to the clinic. Yeah, the clinic. The clinic is purely what's gotten you down and everything else, and that. The only thing about the clinic is it's personal. So if stuff starts getting into too much, like, oh, why don't people think this, and it's like more about general political behaviours. That's soapbox. What's affecting you and like what people have done. Don't worry if that's involving politics and anything else directly. The clinic is what's needed for you first and foremost. If stuff starts to detract from like stuff that's directly helping a person to more like a rant about someone's philosophies or beliefs, I'll direct it to the correct place. But just feel free to type in the clinic, type what comes to mind. If something's starting to move too much of a tangent away from help and venting about your own things to like a current affairs or a political rant, then it can go into the soapbox. Yeah. It's just it is easy to do it when one's writing, so I'm just letting you know. But I'm also, as always, that's not at you, Sapphire. As always, it's not just at one person. It's for the benefit of everybody listening. Remember, because I'm doing it to a whole audience. He's a little older than a baby. I used to have snakes. Of course you did. Of course you did. Yo, Resident Kyria, how you doing? And okay, I'm doing good. Well, jolly good, Leader Golan. That sounds positive. Posted a picture of Pound Cake yawning. Aw, very sweet. I look forward to checking it out later. The Watershaper glances over his shoulder, his chest rising and falling with deep breaths.
What say? Where is Myru?
Tekahu's brow creases with concern.
For what did Negati send you but to lend your strength?
He nods and claps Tekahu on the shoulder.
All is under control, I say. But the building is closed until Myru cleans up the mess below.
The mess below. Fair enough, Gola. We'll catch you later. Came in and talked about your stream plenty there. Alright. He thumbs over to the block stairwell. Option 1. Onekaza sent me to speak with Myru. What is happening? 2. What about the mess up here? 3. You call this under control? I just waded through a pool of blood. Okay, well, get yourself some sleep there, Golem. Not sure here. Not sure here. Onekaza sent me to speak with Myru. What is happening? What about the mess up here? It's just mainly blood. Fine, it's mess. It's blood on the floor. 3. You call this under control? I just waded through a pool of blood. Not really. It's a few bodies and stuff. Well, Onekaza sent me to speak with Myru. What's happening?
Nothing beyond the likes of us, I say.
His exhaustion breaks under a proud grin. You're barely standing, mate, clearly.
Naga swam in from the waterways of our sanctum. We pressed back until they fled underground. Then Myru gathered her forces for a stand at Pariki's tomb.
Pariki's tomb? Have I been down there already? Naga swam in from the waterways of our sanctum. Oh, of course, yeah. Funnily enough, the Watershapers Guild's got a lot of waterways coming into it.
I am to guard the staircase, while she routes the last of them. Kira, but Myru is fierce for her years.
He grimaces as another deep rumble shakes to earth under your feet. Just as I'm starting to think this visit to Nekataka is actually going to start largely being a bit straightforward today and everything else, we're probably going to have a massive ruck.
Snakes could not have caused that tremor.
Indeed.
Kira, we felt the quakes even before the Serpent showed up.
We felt the quakes even before the Serpent showed up. Ikenu nods and wipes a bit of dust from the ceiling rafters off his boulder. Option 1. I hope Myra leaves something for me. Goodness. 2. Why are they attacking the guild? 3. Why haven't you summoned help from the Queen? 4. What's causing the tremors? Let's find out. Yeah, okay. That's just a bloodthirsty, pointless thing. We don't know why they're attacking the guild necessarily yet, or if they do, we couldn't assume it. They might not have been able to get out to answer for the Queen, but does anyone actually know what's causing the tremors? Because that's our most immediate problem.
Not snakes, I say.
Well, that's helpful. We already established that one. Kinu frowns, worrying the back of his head.
Yes, they brought a battering ram.
Oh, we can ask all of them. Well, why haven't you summoned help from the Queen? Or, I know, why are they attacking the guild?
I do not know.
Yeah, I figured as much.
With great purpose, they throw their bodies back to Rikuhu's bowels.
Okay.
I say, this is personal. They strike with anger, not conviction.
Turns his arm and studies a shallow wound. Why haven't you summoned help from the Queen?
We are Watershapers. Onekaza knows we can walk over a few snakes.
Apparently, you barely managed it.
Myru, though. I say she would not turn down reinforcements.
Huh. Option 1, I hope Myra leaves something for me. I wouldn't mind an option to just continue on, because this is one of those rare instances where I'm forced to say a line. My character's forced to say a bit of dialogue that's completely out of character for him. He wouldn't say, I hope Myra leaves something for me. Well, I guess I've got no choice to move the conversation along, but that's an unusual little dropping of the ball dialogue-wise.
I say you will have to run fast. She could cut through Naga like a harpoon through blubber. I will remain and dispatch any snakes who slither past you. Good hunting.
Ikenu nods and touches his brow. Alright, well, we can come out of this. Find Mara in the sanctum beneath the guild hall. Right, well, before we do, I'll just go and see if there's any more loot on the bodies anywhere else. Oh, no. Why is she going off on her own? Let's go hunting. Let's go hunting. Let's go hunting. Hunt the chat, folks. Hunt the chat. Hunt the chat. Oh god, that was glowing such bright blue that I actually thought that that was something I could loot, but apparently not. Let's quickly check over here as well. Oh, too bad there, zombie. Too bad. We'll get there next time. Oh, nope, that still counts as stealing. Okay, we'd checked out most of it. We'd already checked out most of it. Apparently, and we'd looted the 1 or 2 bodies. I'm not stealing stuff off the shelves just yet. Especially when it turns out there are still witnesses around. What about these lads? Ikenu and the rest of them are nameless NPCs. Right, guild ruins. If that's a sign we're fucked, we're fine. We're fine. We're fine. We actually have a fucked command, even spelt that way. Exclamation mark FK. No, it's not that way. It's FKD. I haven't had that one listed in quite a while. Not many people know about that. That reminds me, I've got to go onto the channel panels. I've got to go onto the channel panels and put the sound effect, the new sound effect command, exclamation mark victory 1, so people know that it's there and it's available. While we're waiting for this one to load, as soon as I pick it up. Caramel popcorn or moldy cheese? Go on then. Let's get debt down to 72. Oh, moldy cheese. Yuck. Okay, yeah, we have been here before. Grotto, Pariki's tomb, overgrown library. Yeah, we had to come down here before the first time we got here. Alright. F5. Oh, this is open now. This is open now.
I'll take a peek.
Ah, we kicked his ass. Good job, everybody. Can we get in here now? Because we've never been able to get through here before. Perception 15. God damn it. Perception 12. Perception 14. Oh my god, Palagina, why? Perception 15. Alos got perception 15. The stone door is sealed shut. A few engravings stand out from the other carving scripts from that and find no evident means of opening the way. Read the inscription. Ngati would not have gifted her chosen people a watery covenant unless they persisted in deserving it. This sanctum is a covenant of our making. Only the sigil of the covenant and the words of my devotion will open the way. Pariki, Master of the Guild. Alright. Well, we need a special thingy, incantation and probably some rock that goes in the door. We did it. We still need that
We're
link for my link for which suggestion? I have the list on a notepad. Oh, speaking of hunting. And Inkyria, by the way, how you doing, man? How's tricks? It's been wonderful having all your artwork posted in Crafters Alley and whatnot again. Yeah, with the sound effect suggestions, I I've already got that one. That one I know. That surprise. Surprise. Oh, suppliers, motherfucker. Option. Yeah, I've had that one come up before. I haven't really found necessarily a spot on. I don't know if that necessarily fits with what we have, but I might get it in there. I'm prioritizing people redeeming sound effects first at the moment because it's one of the high roller prizes for like 25,000 creds. That you can have a sound effect that you can like you can pay and have it go in, and it also has some additional text to go with it. So I'm not adding too many of my own new ones at the moment while people are still redeeming those. My birthday was cool, so I've been busy all weekend. What day was your birthday on? Yeah, no worries. The main thing, Zombie, is stick it in the suggestion forum. Is drop stuff, always stuff like that. If it's suggestions and feedback or addition, put it in the suggestion forum always. What day was your birthday, man? And happy birthday, folks. Can we get some legits? Can we get some legits for Friday? Can we get some belated birthday legits for Inkyria? Cravenstown's resident artist extraordinaire. Why can we not join and revel in the chorus of her screams? What? Alright, so we've got a lesser bog ooze. Coral Naga warrior. Okay, they just noticed us finally. They noticed something is amiss. We're going to charge that muppet. And Krayven is going to...
That's right. You need something.
Bam. You guys come out stealth. Oh, Krayven didn't quite manage to do it in time. Who's currently selected? It's Aloth's turn. Yeah, he's a nimble fucker. Lesser bog ooze.
I shall.
Let's walk him over there. Can he reach one of them with something unpleasant? What are they? Oh, they're very weak against lots of things. Weak against lightning and frost. Alright, we'll unload something suitable. Has he got any frost spells or shit like that? Not really. Let's give a minor arcane reflection or oh, hello. Chaotic orb or killing bolt. Haven't got to try to fire off any of his big lads yet. Arcane veil. Throw up a quick mirrored image and then it's too close for that. Oh damn it, they're all too far away. Concussive missiles. Throw it at that one. Okay. Enter. Krayven. It was cool. What did you get up to? I was here chewing cake. Nice. Nice. Got candy, beer, and some money for my future drawing tablet. Oh, yeah, you were telling me about the one you're sort of planning to get. Alright, Krayven. Swift Flurry. Enduring Dance. And then we'll do... In fact, I could get Dead Clever. That one's already stunned. Oh, cool. I thought that was going to be deeper water and he would get slowed down moving through it, but apparently not.
How do you like that?
Okay, he could run through to both of those. He's got so much movement.
My pleasure.
He can, like, keep the other one up, and that one's already almost dead.
Yours
okay,
to command, Captain.
We're going to win this fight very easily. Right, you're currently our healer at the moment, so... what actual healing does he have? Nature's Mark? Not really. Does he have, like... Yeah, he's got this one, Nature's Balm. That's about it. He is a considerably less effective healer. Returning Storm. Oh, yeah, this is brutal. Maybe go to about there instead. That's... Oh, Chill Fog. Chill Fog will work. Oh, damn it, I didn't give him spell shaping. That thing might move out of range. Okay, Palagina, she's slow as balls. Could she get to... Fuck me, she can as well. She had her Weetabix. She's normally super slow with all this, right? Oh wait, no, not that one. I want the free version of it.
Death to those who oppose the Republic.
And then Eternal Devotion. Immune to crush damage. Okay, she's got crush and pierce. Let's see how this goes. Still pretty decent. Oh wow, they got a lot more health than I thought. The sandwich cake. Oh, I saw the sandwich cake. It's like a giant sandwich, but it's cake because it's huge. Yeah, you posted it up. You know the smorgasbord. Well, its cake is called smorgastarter. Yeah. You put that in the food court, didn't you? It's a giant open sub with ham, salad, cucumber, mayonnaise with layers. Yeah, I've seen it. Oh, we got a few more coming in. They've noticed the trouble. All right, this fight might get a little bit more interesting. Oh, it took an arrow to the back. At least it wasn't an arrow to the knee. Good stuff. Many different versions can be made. Everything with shrimp to fish to roast beef or just veggie. Yeah, it's like it's a very okay, well first off we're gonna grab, we'll put on refreshing defense. And we'll do that out of the fire thing. He's in the correct stance. Bang. That one goes down. Face that, lads. Has he still got any? Nope. Okay, we've already... Problem with the dare is we use up loads of his fighter's discipline pool right away. You done with the darkest dungeon? Yeah. Did you accidentally end up... Did Twitch ended up removing you from the channel, like, before I've finished that? Because, yeah, we finished Darkest Dungeon quite a little while ago. I did all the DLC and even beat the Crimson Core. The only things I've got left to do is try and get 300 kills in the, you know, the Color of Madness, that endless gauntlet thing. The best I've done so far is 200, and grind the remaining weapons. There's like one more part of town, the expanded part of town.
I'm slowly dying of poison.
To build like the one that requires 10 dreamers memories or something. I haven't got that one yet, but yeah, I've got to get a few of the crystal weapons. But otherwise, yeah, I did absolutely everything. But I'm planning to go back to Darkest Dungeon and do a Stygian playthrough when they announce the release date of the sequel. They announced the release date of the sequel. Because, yeah, basically that's been announced, but we haven't got any information on when it's going to come out or something like that.
I'll teach you a lesson.
Right, that nailed a couple of them beautifully. Can't do too much else there.
Absolutely.
So yeah, but I might sort of go back. I might do some one-offs, or I might do some off-stream play of it. But yeah, I was playing Darkest Dungeon for a chunk of 2018 and a chunk of this year as well. It's probably, if there's any games I'm known for, it's the Pillars series and Darkest Dungeon. So I sort of put it down for a little while.
Speak your mind.
You're at the latest boss. Remember that Crimson? Yeah. So we beat the Countess, and then I went on to doing the Color of Madness more specifically. Right, now that that lot are there, let's run into the middle and do that Storm of Doom.
Worth and rough.
I think I saw Colour 2, yeah, just the beginning of it. It's not especially short, it's not a campaign in the same way. So how the Colour of Madness works, basically, is rather than it being like an expanded, you know, it's a new area, but it's not an area with like, okay, here's a dungeon, you move around it and so on. And like here's a bunch of new bosses, and basically like the Color of the Crimson Curse was very much an evolution of the main game. It's a survival mode, so what it does is it introduces a lot more new weapons. It added to the expanded hamlet like the Crimson Curse did, but it introduced mercenaries, like max level mercenaries you could hire. You got an alternative version of the jeweler. What should we throw at somebody here? You got an alternative version of the jeweler, the trinket seller, who's a jeweler who deals with like crystal weaponry and stuff. And what you have to do is survive as long as you can. Your characters can't actually die in it. If they get killed in the Color of Madness, they get lost beyond time and space for 2 or 3 weeks, and then they end up coming back, because it's really, because you basically, if you do it, you go until you either leave or you just have people run out and die. But of course, if you lose them beyond time and space, you lose all the treasure you built up. And there are achievements for getting 100, 200 and 300 kills. I thought the maximum achievement was 200, so technically I haven't. And there is an end game to it. If you get to 200 kills or more than 200 kills, you reach an end game state. Every 200 kills, you get a perpetual reflection, which is like a debuff that makes the enemy stronger and you weaker. I got to exactly 200, and a really unfortunate bit of timing of when I should have killed an enemy. It phased them out and moved me on, because it's a bit mean to you. Sometimes you'll be about to kill something you've been fighting for like several rounds, and then like and then you just get jumped to a new area by this shard that sort of teleports you, and you basically get. I had a bunch of kills stolen. I got one kill stolen at the worst possible time, and I had to quit on exactly 200 kills.
Not to alarm you, but I'm
and that was really annoying, because I never
poison.
got the end game condition, which is like an end game reflection. I also feel that I want to get to 300, so I don't know whether I would necessarily do Stygian or I'll try and complete what's left to do, but Darkest Dungeon will make a return for sure. These guys, let's get some immediate fire up on this bitch. Hang on, no. We can do better than that. I can stand about there and cook all of them.
This thing isn't doing the job.
Did a pretty good job there. Oh yeah, if you want to see how many you've got, zombie, just do exclamation mark my creds. Lost in time and space. Remember that a lady went there. Yeah, we got her back though, but it's really good. I know a few people miss Darkest Dungeon, or would be more than happy to see it back. I'm really looking forward to the sequel. The sequel, I reckon, is going to be amazing. These blobs actually take a lot of damage. His whole mirror thing is not protecting him very well, is it? Got to remember, this is still a veteran level fight. I've got to start taking it a bit more seriously, as I don't have a healer. You have 1 cred. Oh, mate. You'll be fine. You'll be fine. You'll be fine. I think we should start summoning some of our statues and little figurines to help us.
What's that?
Right, so we're randomly... That's it. We've got this AoE thing stunning everybody. Call of the World's More. Summons Jagged Rocks. Right. Nice. Call of the World's More. That can go and hurt them. Got to make sure that doesn't get interrupted. So, Krayven, well, he stuns. That won't interrupt him. Krayven, you're a nimble fucker, aren't you? You are. Well, you're dexterous. You can cover a lot of ground in 1 turn. Back. Let's get you to about there. Are your buffs up? Enduring dance. Wow, they still are. That's amazing. Okay, perfect. Raise Torment.
There's something you don't see every day.
Because he can do so much AoE damage with the cone effect behind it. These Naga, they're all getting stunned and paralyzed and stuff. So this is working quite favorably for us right now.
How may I help?
Well, Aloth, you can just like run round to here. What big horrible things do you have available? Ah, Death Ring. That'll work. Let's keep everything clustered up nice and tight. Yeah, we've got some powerful spells now. Curious. It was a nice thing to add in your followers, etc. And I'm still doing that. So on Thursdays at the moment, in Kiri, I'm doing oh lord, Oxygen Not Included, and you have these little duplicates, these little characters that get 3D printed, and they got like multiple different personalities and types. And the way that works is that you can name them every single time. And I've had multiple colonies try and fail, and I've had people drop down dead. So on Thursdays, there's still people get games where I can name people in the chat as part of like bonuses for having subs and stuff after people, yeah. And it's quite fun, although I'm not letting enough of them die. I should let one of the colonies go further and hit some proper disasters, so we have a lot more people from the community in one colony and have them pissing on the floor, crying with stress, starving to death, and all this kind of stuff. I think that would be rather funny.
Death take you.
Is Oxygen Not Included come back? It is back. It never left, Zombie. We have had it off for a little bit because I had to miss a couple of Thursdays. I had to rearrange a couple of Thursdays due to events and things. But we had it just on Saturday.
Perfecto.
Yeah, we had it on Saturday because normally it'd be on Thursday, but on 2 Thursdays in a row we had Civilization 5 because those are the Game Changer awards from people who donated £100 or more to Special Effect. And at least one Thursday I missed because I had to go to EGX. But Rubik's Ria wanted to see Oxygen Not Included, so she made her Game Changer to do it on a Saturday, as I normally won't move one theme to another day. I will stick with the days, and if I do alternative days, I'll do different stuff. But because it was a special Saturday, Wednesdays and Saturdays I leave free for basically anything. And yeah, the Game Changer meant that we had a special Saturday with Oxygen Not Included. But that is exactly what the oh god, sorry. The schedule is for every week on Monday, usually about Monday. Oh lord. It's for every one of us. Stuff for every one of us. It's Mandy. Bloody hell, Mandy B gifting. Hit that legit 5 citizenship visas out. You pay no taxes and no laws apply to you for the rest of the week. Citizens, please hit that legit. Let's get a big wall of legit. So yeah. Oh, in Kira, you've got it now. So yeah, how it works. Right, folks. Well, yeah, legit welcome. For citizens, you see what I did and what Duncan did there. When we get new citizens, you hit that legit. When you get new citizens, you hit that legit. When we get new followers, residents, wave that welcome with a bunch of welcomes in a row. Those are the only 2 specific triggers for sort of using the emotes. Oh, and greet, !greet when we get raids and hosts for greet our guests. But yeah, so that's if you please, folks, if you can hit that legit like so. Otherwise, use it as you see fit. But yeah, that's our little trigger for when we get new ones. But to Physics, Comic Kiddo, Inkyria, Shadownet, and Chris7420, welcome, and in many cases, welcome back to the ranks of the citizenry. You are not just legit, you are Krayven's Town legit. Enjoy the use or continued use or returning use of your Krayven's Town flag. And I think, let's see, Inkiria's got his silver one back already. Firstly, enjoy the use of the emotes. I'm getting the remainder done very shortly with drawings now. I'm getting caught up on life. Enjoy that legit, the most common bit of gamer slang in the internet and on Twitch, and the only channel where you'll get one that actually says it. When we get new citizens, subscribers, hit that legit, big old wall of legit. Whenever we get new followers, residents, please wave that welcome. Otherwise, use that legit as you see fit here, all over Twitch and in this channel and so on. Whenever someone says legit, does something legit, succeeds at a game, or you went emphasize other emotes. A really nice combo you did there, Zombie, was like legit welcome. So sometimes when someone goes, oh, thanks for doing X, Y, and Z, or popping by or dropping a host, I sometimes say legit, you know, you're welcome, you're legit welcome. Or you do legit height, legit love, legit GG, all that kind of stuff, and so on. Wave your town flags. Number 2, wave your town flags down. I'm proud every time you chat and and the longer your citizenship is maintained by yourself or another kind soul gifting a visa like that, the fancier, more prestigious they will get. As you can see, Inkiria's got his flag back, and he's already been subscribed by of his own volition or by somebody else for at least 6 months to have that silver one. Next, all of you will be able to enter the giveaway, the next Citizens giveaway, which is a once per month sub prize draw for a Steam game code, will be on next Sunday, the 1st. I try and do it as close as I can to the 1st of the month, and the next stream, the first stream of December, will be actually on the 1st of December, and you can enter that whether it's gifted or you subbed yourself. You will get the Cravenstown Chronicle delivered straight to your inbox, the only newspaper you'll ever need. There, look at those brilliant combos, legit hype, legit pride balloons. Exactly. It is just, I mean, don't want to brag, it's just like clearly the best emote on all of Twitch. Yes, the only newspaper you'll ever need for the retrospective, future perspective, headlines and happenings of all things to do with the Cravenstown community and the Krayven channel. And that is also posted in the Citizens Lounge, which is one half of Citizens Towers. The other half is the Treasury. And the Citizens Lounge is a chat area, and it's also where the all-refined, posh version of the Cravenstown Chronicle goes, the monthly Citizens newsletter, and the Citizens Treasury is a gift exchange place on a first come first served basis. By the way, Mandy, did you remember to at Detox for his copy of the code, because you were the first one to ask to respond for the code for Age of Empires 2, and exactly, there's a perfect one. Myself and then Mr. Redweird, if you're sub to him, you could do legit content. Mine and Redweir's emotes go together really well. Legit content, legit progress, stuff like that. And yes, if your Twitch account is linked to your Discord account, and your Discord is, you sign up to the full Cravenstown Discord. Let me just put, there you go, legit GG is perfect. Then your name will appear in gold within the hour, and you'll have access to that. But last but no means least, my undying appreciation and gratitude. And let me pick out 5 beans for that. We're going to be on like 207. Every time now we get another subscriber, another citizenship, more gifted stuff. We're literally on a new record. It's pushing the record every single time. It's insane. So I'm going to do birthday cake, or dirty dishwater, tutti frutti, or stinky socks, dead fish, or strawberry smoothie, peach or vomit, or dog food, or chocolate pudding. So I'm going to put those there. We'll go back to the combat. And then I'll have them as I go. And most of all, legit salt. That never applies here. I'm definitely not working on a craze salt emote, because I've occasionally gotten salty at hard games. Don't know what you're talking about. And to Mandy, once again, thank you. That is incredibly kind. It's been all about the gifted subs this week as well. It's normally the bits. Everyone's running away with the bits every week for like the whole year, but it's been all about this month, especially. It's been more about the subs. To use ! Salt. Yeah. It's the sound effects use a little bit of creds as well. Just keep watching, Zombie. Just keep watching. Swing by. If you're lurking, you're earning creds in the background. If you get gifted citizenship, you get yourself some creds. When you reach 10,000 residents, I expect to play on webcam with the He-Man and Grayskull Castle for at least 10 minutes. I'm sure I can manage that. Hold me to it in a few years' time when I get that far. Inkyria, to answer your question, I unlocked all the tier. Well, I say I unlocked. The community unlocked them all. They were already all unlocked when we got them, because to get Twitch remembered, I had hit 50 subscribers well before, or had 50 subscribers repeatedly well before they opened up the affiliates from having one to having more than one. It's just a case of life and time. I've had a phenomenally busy spring, summer and autumn to sit down and do the drawing, and I'm getting on with the remaining drawings for this month, at least two more of them, and then I want to get the final one done for December. My IRL has been extremely... when can I make you emotes there? No, so with the emotes, I'm drawing them myself. I appreciate that, Inkyria, but because I've been a professional artist and a games artist and so on, although it takes me longer, I like to take care of my own production values in the graphics, because I get a lot of joy from drawing it myself. It just takes me a little bit longer. Regarding potential stuff for FFZ, for Frankenface Z, get to it. I'll try. I wish I could draw as quick as you. I mean, the speed you did that abomination drawing while I was doing Darkest Dungeon is something I've never been able to do. But yeah. But that's a happy cheap bastard. How do you check follow time again? I think if you just click your name, because that whole followage command, I don't have one of those, but if you just click your own name in someone's channel chat, it will show from when you started following the channel anyway. Got a whole lot of gifts. Oh, that was it. Yeah, fair enough. Fair enough. And thank you, yes, again to Mandy B. Please, Mandy, I'm glad you made it safely back home. Awesome. I want to see the Hey Yeah song. I've got other things that potentially need working on where I might need a more sustained illustrator. Again, I can do it, but it takes me ages. I might touch base with you about that in Kira, because I've got one other person I talked to, but he's extremely busy artist, and his rates are very, very, very high. I've known him since uni, but he's always busy all the time. And again, I would do that stuff, but there's only so many hours in the day. All right, let's eat some beans while we're going. Oh god, I was hoping that was chocolate pudding. It's dog food. Fuck. Yuck. Oh god, he fucked that up, didn't he? That stupid par thing. Never mind now. We'll just do this instead. We'll keep most of them stunned. Oh god, dog food is terrible. Alright. Not a great start. Right, well that's Death Ring. That was Death Ring. That stung. Most of these Naga were kicking their ass. Calling the world's more. There goes. We're nailing the AoE. I mean, look at this. There gets another one that apparently the lightning does actually hurt other people as well. I think right about now we should actually do a healing of some description as we're all gathered up. Yeah, Nature's Balm. Robust, and we're healed up a little bit. Excellent. Oh. Aloth, take your second winds. Well, we've got those two idiots in a row. Cheese it over this way, mate. And then you're going to cast some lightning. If you've got any left, you do, because they're susceptible to it. Oh, apparently he's not quite in the right place. His POV is blocked. Let's get tactical. Hunting lodge is open. I can't hunt. Ah, sorry, mate. We'll do our bestest. Right. I'm gonna lead one this time. Your very own mayor is Hunt's master this time. Folks, exclamation mark Hunt in the chat. Join me for glory. Right, Krayven. He's pretty good at the melee. I might just have frickin' you slap this one. Or I'll send Krayven over this way, just start beating on this one, because she can get a killing blow bonus from it. His buff's still up. Enduring Dance, hold fast. Swift Flurry, Thunderous Blows, and then try this. Bang. Show 'em how it's Stunned done. And weakened. Beautiful. First time I've used that in a while. Edgy, welcome back, dude.
Something I can do.
1, 2, 3, 4 extra hunters. There's 5 of us total. We get some more hunters? Can we get some more hunters? Yes, you can run over here. Do a penetrating strike. That's a good hit. That was a very good hit.
I am ready.
You can run back over to here. In fact, we can flank this big lad, because she's actually got more... Want the lightning to... Oh god, the lightning's going to hit Krayven, I think. Or it might bounce off the wall and hit her. In fact, it almost certainly will. Shit. Should have thought about that. Forgot about the lightning. Didn't interrupt him. Fuck. Wait for it. Oh no, good on you, Aloth. You managed to send it through the gap.
How may I help?
Sits in the corner, sharpening everyone's swords. You can still try, zombie. Just do exclamation mark hunt. It might not count you, but if someone else starts up a hunt, it might still count. Try, because if 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, there's 5 of us. Right, if there's 6, we might get a Stone Crusher Phoenix. Nah, okay, so it didn't. We got Plated Dust Viper. Fair enough, fair enough. Well, is that guaranteed victory for us? That was actually worth me finding out. That was worth me knowing.
That looks complicated.
Does it? Why? Can he nail both of them with it?
Hey there.
He seemed to be incapable of just moving slightly. No problem.
Of course.
Bam. Oh god, they're immune to crush damage. Yeah, for Krayven, this is like punching just a bag of jelly. Completely useless. Ah, shit, I should have switched his weapons over. That's less useful. Try. The timer might have expired. Yeah, we can try next time. Oh well. Tekka, whose Lightning Storm has just pretty much wiped out most of those, along with his Calling the World's More thingy. Pierce damage is good against them. They're also weak against frost. Problem is blizzards. Oh no, blizzards. The yellow can't hurt us. Water spells, if he casts them, can't hurt friendly players. Well, just to be on the safe side, though. Bang. That was a good hit, 53. The lesser bog ooze is going to go after who? Stop trying to hit him. It hit the tank. Unhunt.
What do you need?
As soon as I put hunt, it went, yeah, I think, yeah, the timer might have run out. It might have run out. You could be right.
May I be a candle in the night.
I'm not gonna waste an empower on these idiots. We'll just get through this. I gotta get through this.
Oh?
I gotta get through this. Ooh, nice blast of frost right there. It's weird not having Joti's. Why can't he fucking move anywhere?
Not exactly my area of expertise.
It's weird not having Joti's Blessed Harvest to sort of finish people off. Do another death ring.
You need something?
Yeah. Heal. Do you not have like a lay on hands wood skin? Moon's light to nearby allies. Yeah, come over here and do a moonlight thing on both of us. There we go. Right. Krayven needs to quickly change, although I doubt he'll need this much. It takes a whole turn to change weapons as well. 12,037. I will use these for a taco. Right, I need to get... Is it going to be strawberry or dead fish? Strawberry, banana and strawberry or dead fish? Let's find out. Nice one. She wiped it out. Strawberry. That gets rid of the taste of dog food. I'm all for that.
Death to those who oppose the republics.
Okay, Moon's light. Nice. Death ring.
What do you need?
Here we go.
Thump him.
Right on target.
Oh, that was a good hit. Nice crit. Right, Krayven's got the right weapons now.
Yeah!
Just that's the stuff.
Yeah, my sword is my possessed sword gets off on killing things. Wow, a good fight. Dead strawberry. Technically, all strawberries you eat are dead. What are these? Baby pearls. And that was a decent ruck. I wouldn't mind. I don't think we're going to get the remaining things done in Nekataka before I have to move over to the reading. We'll see. What are they all dropping? These are all fine quality items. I was hoping they'd be exceptional because that's good money. Anyway, let's zoom back out. That was a good solid ruck. Top marks, everyone. Top hole.
Keep it down.
Who's left?
A curse on all snakes.
A curse on all snakes. Right, well, let's loot the bodies before she notices us. Is that her? Guildmaster Myru, it is as well. Right, we better go and deal with this. It seems that they were holding them down, and suddenly they're not anymore. The guild... Oh, damn it. I meant the rest of the party to come with me. If I get any skill checks, they won't be able to use my thing. I won't be able to use a party bonus. The Guildmaster lifts her gaze to meet yours, her eyes struggling to focus. She's been slashed and stabbed numerous times, and her robes are soaked red with blood. Okay, she's dying.
Myru! Oh, gods, look what they've done to you!
Tekehu covers his mouth with both hands as he surveys her injuries.
Peace, Tekehu. I gave back 10 times what I took.
I don't doubt it.
Too many, even for me.
She sputters on a mouthful of blood, but still manages a red-rimmed smile. Option 1, we have to get you out of here. 3, I think most of that is Naga blood. Okay, option 1, we've got to get you out of here. 2, Onekaza sent me to find you, but I think you need a healer first. 3, I think most of that is Naga blood. You fought well. She's obviously bleeding a lot. No, that's not Naga bloods. Got to get you out of here is obvious. I could acknowledge that Onekaza sent me to find you, but you need the healer first. I won't be so direct. It could be. You got to bear in mind, like, the way they've designed it isn't necessarily how it is. I think most of that's Naga blood. You fought well.
Helps when you have something to fight for.
True. True. Right. Dirty dishwater or birthday cake? I often get dirty dishwater with this one.
You are too stubborn to die,
Ah.
shark.
His voice wavers as a fresh gout of blood seeps between Myru's fingers.
For once, Tekehu, just listen.
She raises her hand as to cover his trembling one.
The rod of the deep.
These beans are minging.
I've lost it. Taken. You'll need to...
Myra coughs, spitting up blood. For every word she struggles to voice, her breath gets progressively shallower.
Find the rod. Get through the stone door by the entrance.
Option 1, the rod of what? Which you already said. 2, stop exerting yourself or you'll bleed out. 3, is any of this... Well, she's already bleeding out. 3, is any of this making sense to you, Tekehu? Or 4, I'll find the rod, just try and stay with me. Tekehu's with us, so I'm going to take advantage of that. Is any of this making sense to you?
I think she wishes us to enter the Watershaper Sanctum?
Tekehu turns back to Myra. I was hoping he'd have better things to say than that. Who offers him a weak nod.
Wards. Failing. Hurry, before it escapes.
It escapes. Myra gives you a bleary look as her focus begins to slip away. 1, wards. I haven't seen any wards. 2, escape. What's going to escape? I guess we'll find out. 3, you're already gone. Find peace in the beyond. She's literally dying right there. Of course, not going to see any wards. They're magical wards. We'll find out what's going to escape. I'll just say find peace in the beyond.
Pitied Isengati, Lady of Lament, as the pearl orb of the heavens.
And there was much rejoicing.
Thank you, Zombie, for the 50 biddies and for the timing in the middle of that really poignant, powerful moment as the Guildmaster dies. Thank you so much. My immersion, no. Cheers, Mum. She wheezes as she struggles to get the words out. It doesn't sound like she's even addressing you any longer. The Guildmaster's eyes glaze over, and she falls silent.
Myru? Myru?
Tekehu takes her by the shoulder and shakes, gently at first, then harder. At last he stops, pulling away and bringing his hands up to clutch his brow.
Ngati. She's dead.
Option 1, strange last words. 2, we still don't know why this is happening. Or 3, let's go, there's nothing we can do for her. Strange, that's obviously some sort of prayer. Maybe it was the words that needed to be said to get in. It's either a prayer, just a general prayer, or it's the words to get in through the door. So I'm going to try this one. Strange last words.
The words of Pariki's devotion, I see.
There we go.
An old prayer to Ngati.
That's one half of what we needed. Pariki's devotion, and then we're going to need some rock or thing to get through it. That's all right, mate. I appreciate the delay. It was quite funny. It wasn't the end game moment. Like, if this was like the whole end of the game, I would have been like, oh god damn it. It's very kind of you, thank you. I appreciate the 50 biddies. An old prayer to Ingadi. Tegu furrows his brow.
It must have meant something to her.
We still don't know why this is happening.
Myru told us to seek a rod and a door.
Peach or vomit. We've had one peach one, which I very, very rarely get. These are usually vomit. That's vomit. That's vomit. Oh, God. Not having too much luck with this batch. Oh! Rod in the door.
Plea, I say, but I would honor her last wish.
He touches his brow, sighing. Well, let's go. There's nothing we can do for him.
Akira, the others will see to her once we've cleaned up the last of this mess.
Tekahu regards Myru's corpse one last time before turning away. Oh, hello. I can see you, lady.
The wheel. How it tugs at me. Akira, and how bright you look.
Oh, for once we don't have... If Jyoti was here, she'd be like, hey, can I harvest them into my lantern? Even though I don't need to harvest souls anymore and I feel fine. I haven't had a chance to have one of these disembodied souls walking around for ages because Jyoti's not in the party. Why did I have to go and bump uglies with her? Now I've got to bring her everywhere. Myria's attention snaps towards a distant speck of light, but she shakes it off to remain in the moment.
At least in death, I can complete a thought.
She grimaces down at her swiftly diminishing body.
My rod and the words of Pariki's devotion will open the way to the inner sanctum, past the sealed door.
Oh, well that helps. Just FYI, you can talk to the dead right after they die. Better than the scare, very true. Just imagine that at the end of the game as it fades to black, it's just the scream. I would struggle not to be mad at that, I must admit. Yeah, because this is going to end up being like a 200-hour playthrough, and I'll never be able to undo that moment, even if it's 75 biddies.
Pitied is Ngati, Lady of Lament. As the pearl orb of the heavens crosses her view, her eyes well with tears, as constant as rain. But the moon's skyward journey continues apace, the lover's affection as ephemeral as fingers touching.
Myru opens her eyes again. She nods as her form grows indistinct. Good, so that's the whole words we need. We just need to find the rod now.
You must strengthen the wards, no matter what it tells you.
What it tells you. What's that supposed to mean? Her mouth moves again, emitting no sound. Okay, she's going to the beyond. As she fades from sight, she raises her hand to point towards the entrance of the sanctum. She reaches to touch Tekahu's cheek, but of course her hand drifts through her skin. He shivers, touched by a passing breeze. Nice. Oh, no, zombie, no, God, no, that's not at you. No, wait. You've misunderstood. I was talking about at the whole end of this game. I wasn't going at you. It was kind of funny. I was like, oh, right in that little tender movement, like, way, and stuff. I'm talking about in general. If someone decided to deliberately wait to do a 75-bit scare at the end of like a whole playthrough on purpose, that would be but yeah, don't refrain from any alerts otherwise. Oh no, because yeah, all he did was like, I'll refrain from any alerts. It's like, no, don't refrain from them. They're there sort of for fun, but I hope people just pick their moments. And I don't want to have to go in and like deliberately turn them off to stop people doing that, as we don't have people trying to troll. I just hope like at the major bits, like at the epilogues of whole games, you know, big RPGs have got like big epilogues going on, like that, then, you know, people wouldn't try to just deliberately mess with them. Oh, right, okay. I see, because you said I tried to get it after, sorry. It sounded like you were trying to do it after that had all happened and it happened by accident. Oh, right, okay. Now I get what you mean. Yeah, something like that is not... That's fine. My version, no! This is a small random little quest. So that's all good. So no, please, by all means. If it's a major plot thing or like a really powerful moment of an important person's death, I just trust people to use their judgment. We have a mature community here. Oh, this counts as stealing apparently. Exceptional scale armor, and that's okay. I'm not going to steal that stuff. But yeah, no, please don't worry about sort of having to do
I got this. I got this.
The statue depicts an armored woman, her hand extending and grasping at the air. An eroded plaque sits by her feet. Inspect the lingering soul. Your vision bobs with the motion of the sea. You stand aboard the deck of swift winds where your mates share a bemused congratulatory glances as they work. One of them claps your back with approval. Oh, I've seen this before. Yeah, that's why the text was in grey. Yo, Citizen Piney, how you doing? You know one thing for certain, that was no whale swimming alongside Pariki's boat. That's probably going to be the thing that's locked in there. Piney, how are you doing? How are you doing? Right, so we've got to go and find this rod. The shadow under Nekataka is now expanded quite substantially. The spirit of Guildmaster Myri told me to seek out a rod stolen by the Naga and use it to open a stone door by the entrance to the sanctum. She wishes for me to strengthen the set of wards, though what they guard is still a mystery. Full text is that. Okay, so we've just got to find the ward now. Well, it's still a little bit... I was playing soccer with a little one. I'll put a pic on the Discord. Yeah, go for it, mate. That'd be really nice to see. The grotto. Stone door, overgrown library. Well, let's see what else we can find. Sorry, I still got a little bit of gameplay because I know, Piney, that you're not really into the ASMR reading-y stuff. But thankfully, we still got a little bit of the gameplay time for you. But yeah, that sounds really, really nice. Is Alistair the youngest one, or... Yo, Jack's coming in! Exclamation mark! Greet our guests! Greet our guests! Greet our guests! We have a raid! Exclamation mark! Greet, folks! Welcome on in. Cravenstown gives you a legit welcome. A legit welcome to all of you. To Jack Little. Hello, 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 hello. Raiding with M. Curtains. Hi, the good stuff, folks. It's an LMPD raid. No, crack it open. Crack it open, crack it open, crack it open, crack it open. Oh, we've got a fight right there. Let's go into stealth mode. What ho, you beautiful man. Hello to you, you equally, if not more beautiful man. Lovely to have you. Welcome one and all to Krayven Content Multiplex for Story Sunday. I'm in the latter little bit of part one, which is the narrative games with a big long narrative. We've been doing a lot of dialogue and moving stories forward today and so on. And we've got a little bit of turn-based combat. And it's not long before part two and the ASMR sort of live reading-y bit. And so on. Welcome, welcome, one and all. Let me do a little shout out for Mr. Jack Little. Mr. Jack Little, I know initially from Redward's community. We got to meet up quite. It's almost a little bit of a fluke, wasn't it? We were both just there at the VIP mixer. It's like, oh, Jack Little. Go and check him out. He's been entertaining the masses with Superliminal. I'm going to guess from the title and what I can think of that that's something of an indie title. But yeah, Jack's a really nice dude. We were chatting away about things, having the free cocktails and all that kind of good stuff. So yeah, Jack, do feel free to say a little bit about what you do, what Superluminal was, how your stream was today, and all of you who come on over. If you haven't been here before, my name is Krayven. Welcome to the Krayven Content Multiplex. Sundays is Story Sundays. I do different themes for each day of the week that I stream. Now, normally I'm on Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, and Sunday. It is lovely to have you here. And I do hope you're having a nice time. If you've just come over with the raid, do feel free, please, to hit that link or refer a raid from your URL. Let's go and have a scrap in the meantime. There's two warriors and a caster that we can see. And if you've just been coming, if you were just coming over, but you have to head off very shortly, and you were supporting Jack's raid, that's very kind of you. And I will also be back on tomorrow from a new streaming week at 7 PM UK time, doing Fallout New Vegas. Oh mate, yeah, I'm dabbing. Always do a little bit of dabbing for the 1,000 biddies.
Have a lovely week, mate. I'm after lurking.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much for leaving up the lurk. I'm glad you had such a lovely, lovely time with playing soccer with the little one. I look forward to seeing the pictures up in Krayven's Town, and that is incredibly kind, incredibly generous. As always, everyone is so nice with the biddies and the drops and stuff. And I'm off to bed. Good night. Thanks to the stream. No worries in Kyria. As I say, don't worry. The show's not done yet. I've got a little bit of live reading to do in a while as we sort of wind down the end of the streaming week. Actually, just gives me an opportunity to come out properly and say proper welcome one and all as well to our raiders. But to tomorrow, Fallout New Vegas. In fact, tomorrow might be the finale of the whole blind playthrough that I've been doing on Mondays for most of the year for Fallout New Vegas. So don't miss that. Don't miss that. It'll be it's going to be a big one. It could be emotional if we get it all done in one go. So Kyria, sleep well, and Piney, thank you for leaving up the lurk. I appreciate that. It does help the view count. And all of you who've come on over from Jack Little Stream, it is lovely to have you. And yes, if you want to know more about what I do, I put V in variety. I do multiple games per week. I'm one of these variety streamers that does different things simultaneously, as opposed to one game and then it's done, then move on to the next one, then move on to the next one, and so on. So I have themes. I have sort of mellow out Monday, try out Tuesday, tactical Thursday, and story Sunday are my main days. But I have themes every day of the week. More info about that is in the channel panels below, underneath my schedule, which I need to update actually because I'm going back to my normal times this coming week. You're watching Pillars of Eternity 2, which is a CRPG, sort of classic RPG, and I've got a turn-based combat mode on. And then for the second half of this, I'm going to be doing some ASMR live readings. I do about 85-90% gaming content, and then for about 10% I'll do some live readings. I just enjoy doing lore and reading and dialogue. Very occasionally I do live art as well. We have a full running theme, so if you see me refer to citizens, that's subscribers. If you see me refer to residents, that's visitors. That's why my subs, my lovely people, have these town flags next to their names. And we really have that running and going. And anyone who's interested and enjoys it, after you've hung out for a little while, our whole Discord, Krayven's Town Discord, or just Krayven's Town, is themed like a town. We have parts of town instead of channels, and we have districts instead of categories and all that kind of stuff. Again, there's more info and there's another invite as well in the channel panels below. Thank you so much, those of you who decided to stick around. I do appreciate it. I hope you enjoy the show. And once again, folks, do go and check out Jack Little, and do feel free, Jack, to talk a little bit about what you're streaming, what you've been doing, and what you like to do for my audience here. Okay, where we're at. We're about to run into a big old scrap. A nice big fight. Oh yeah, that was a point. I actually need to run into said fight. We can charge that caster. No, we weren't quick enough. Darn it. They got the jump on us. I should have been faster. Coral Naga Totem. Now, these totems can do nasty spell effects on us. By the way, normally the combat in this game is pause-based real-time. But currently, I decided after doing Pillars of Eternity 1 as pause-based real-time that I would do this playthrough as turn-based. I did a sponsored play of, oh god, what is it called? Divinity Original Sin 2, and that was very, very good fun. That's the limit of where he can go to cast it. There we go. And yeah, after all that time playing through it, it was really good fun to do it. Oh, what is it? Oh, we're going. You had enough to do the hunts. Okay, exclamation mark hunt in the chat, folks. Exclamation mark hunt in the chat. This is one of our fun little mini games that we've got, and of course, just to encourage a few others.
What a lovely day!
We mainly stream Elite Dangerous. That was it. But tonight we're doing a trippy first-person puzzle game, more entertaining and inventive than I was expecting. It's indie, isn't it? Exclamation mark hunt in the chat. Exclamation mark hunt in the chat. This is to take on one of the monsters in the Badlands south of Krayven's town. We have a lot of running lore as well. Yeah, sorry, I had to stop and think there for a second because my second monitor is actually my phone at the moment. Hopefully for not too much longer. Right. Oh yeah, because we're wading through water. Water slows you down shitloads as you wade through it. I might be able to charge this Muppet, I don't know. Either way, Swift Flurry, Enduring Dance, Thunderous Blows. Almost don't want to say what the central mechanic is. Yeah, don't worry about it. Don't say it. So if you don't want to give it away, and do exclamation mark hunt in the chat because you'll have gotten yourself some creds. And yes, the reason why is to get creds, channel points. Most channels have channel points. By the way, the ones on Twitch, I'm so tempted to just turn those off. Actually, those are treads. Those are the new ones. Those are the new ones that Twitch themselves introduced, but the original channel points that are done through the chatbot are what I have set up, creds, and you can own them. So we've got Stonecrusher Phoenix. Congratulations, Zombie, myself, and Edgy Strike walking away with a profit. Everyone else had to spend a share of their spoils on fancy new robot limbs or vat-grown stem cell replacements for injuries. Nice one, a Stonecrusher Phoenix, and we beat it. Good job, Captain. Everybody. That's worth exclamation mark, the newest sound effect that we've got, paid for as a high roller prize by Lord Darkens. Yo, Citizen his marker. We have that one now that we've finally beaten where should I send Tekahu? Not quite sure. I want Fighter Boy. Where is he? Might leave him stealth for a little bit. What are these guys weak to? Lightning mainly, and they're a bit weaker to crush damage. Don't think we've got much in terms of lightning spells. Oh wait, yeah we do. Yeah we do. Right, de-stealth him. Run him behind Krayven, and we're going to open up with that ludicrous Relentless Storm again, because it's OP as balls. His marker, how are you doing?
Good.
Let's see.
Death to those who oppose the Republic.
We'll just start slapping this around. She's got always full plate mail armor and she moves slow anyway, so it's got to hit this Naga. You're doing great. I'm very glad to hear it, man. What is, because great is better than the usual. Good, fine. What's particularly 75 creds, every little does help, especially for yourself, Zombie. GG's, don't spend it all at once. And yes, we can do spinning. So yeah, folks, we have a few ways to sort of get yourself some creds, some channel points that way. I think I'm just going to turn off the Twitch versions because they're just confusing people. And we've got hunting. Hunting is the best way to get the best rate of return of what it costs to go hunting versus what you're likely to get. We have dueling one another, which is 50 creds in, winner takes all.
I am the alpha predator.
Nice. Yeah. And spinning, you can do every minute for yourself. There's a chance you can lose. Feels like treads recount. Well, what I'd like to do eventually is move the cred system over to treads and exchange it, but Twitch have introduced these channel points, and while they're cool, you don't have anything like the degree of control over them that you have over actual channel points through your chatbot. And I had it coming through the chatbot for ages and making it sort of a fun part of the channel, of the community. So yeah, gonna grab that lot, pull them all in.
That'll teach you.
Get him tanking. Right, next we want to do this discipline barrage. Refreshing defense. And then he'll have enough left for a mule kick on her. Just to interrupt her spell. Perfect. Want to have that rematch? Indeed, there's dueling as well. We've got spinning. Zombie loves to come in. I remember when you first discovered the channel, you and Clone Person going absolutely ham with the gambling. It was just like kind of, I can always rely on them to be pulling the one-arm bandits like old ladies in Vegas. All right, now there's a nice big cluster of these muppets.
Oh, this isn't how I usually work.
What? Why? What's the matter? Because what he can do from here is this awesome roundhouse kick that's so powerful it hits others and stuns them. Bam, like that. The rest of them are all stunned. Job's a good one.
Oh?
Now then, old Aloth. What's... Death Ring will be a nice touch again. Let's have him walk up nice and close and then just Death Ring everything.
Behold me, yours to command, Captain.
I think that lightning is slowly hurting members of our party, or maybe it isn't. Okay, you need to nail the archer, because the archer's going to stand where he is, probably. Oh, actually, even better. Even better. If we can pull that bad boy off without hurting any of our friends. Calling the world's more is savage. Maybe I do, I'm not sure anymore. Palagina, just keep thumping this idiot. Because they're weaker against crush damage, so she's doing rather well with that attack. Oh, didn't break his concentration. Right, Death Ring exploded a few of them. At least one of them, violently. The rest of them are looking in slightly worse shape. That warrior could do with a bit of a kick in. Penetrating strike on him.
Hey, that wasn't half bad.
That was a pretty mighty hit. Good job, Adair.
Here we go.
Calling the world's more should make a bit of a mess. One of them's down. That one's stunned. That one's pinned. Yeah, there's not really any control. That's another thing. You can't assign it to individual people. You can't have mini games with them. You can't go in and adjust amounts to sort of give them out as rewards to individual folks. You can't control the speed. You can't make any changes to bonuses for watching. You've got like a fraction of the control that the Streamlabs channel points give you. I'm pretty much determined. I'm just going to close them off because otherwise they've just been nothing but confusion for people. Some people just get the difference, but other folks like just can't seem to understand like the Streamlabs points, how they've always been, and the ones on Twitch and you, and they're like, oh, but it says I have this many. It's like, how do you not get it? Boiling spray. Oh no, they are. Lightning's already up, or is that worn off? Oh no, we still got that AoE for another round. Let's do another one of those calling the world more things. In fact, could we maybe click the archer as well? Just. Okay. That's him done. That lad's going to get off the floor. Oh wow, they're not hitting us very hard.
Right here.
Right, Krayven can kick them back for a lot more damage. Bam.
Show them how it's done.
Right, that killed 2 of them, and 3 of them still standing. We're smashing it. We'll have... That one's nearly dead. Right, let's come over this way a little bit. We're going to have to deal with that totem as well. Oh, they're not very tough. Totems are weak. That's good. Oh, someone's been gambling a lot of them away. Poor old zombie. You need to be along on the Hollow Knight days, because I often do boss bets there, and if you land closest, you'll get 2 to 3. If you guess the correct number of deaths on a boss,
Meri publices, per Milanis.
if you get it exactly right and you're the only one, it's 3,000 creds, and if you're closest, it's 2,000. Could imagine you going ham with the spinning. His Marcus got it right a couple of times because he knows the game.
Death to those who oppose the Republic.
Okay, Adair can just batter on this one for about 1, 2. Oh, I didn't quite kill it. Fiddlesticks. Calling the World's Maw should do the job on that one and do some damage to that one.
You have my attention.
Previously, I had my curiosity. Wood skin. That's not worth it. A little bit of basic healing wouldn't go. We don't need to do the basic healing either. We'll be fine. Embrace of the Earth. Man, he's got some seriously powerful spells. There be a wall. I'd love to see that game played by Cuphead and Mughead. 3 deaths. I believe the one time I got it right is because there wasn't actually a boss fight. No, you've done it. You did nail it. You did nail it much more recently than that, as opposed to that 0 one, which you did on the first mask fight. I was like, oh god damn it, that was so sneaky.
Right here.
Oh, Krayven's not gonna make it to there. I mean, I'll get him as close as I can. But I could probably instigate the long pain.
I'll teach you a lesson.
Oh wait, that takes a whole turn. Okay, well he's got long range abilities now, but that's it. Right, Aloth.
Yeah, there's a walloping.
There's a walloping. That thing's almost down. Because that Naga totem is going to be troublesome. I've got to make sure she doesn't get within the red ring, otherwise she'll get hit by that spell that's about to go off. Bam, good hit. Embrace of the Earth.
I am the alpha predator.
He's taken out the totem. That thing's now paralyzed and unable to move, so Adair's not going to make it. He's not going to make it.
May I be a candle in the night?
Yeah, he won't make it. Never mind.
There's something I can do.
Yo, Ari, sinks in and settles the squishiest sofas with a cup of hot chocolate. Ari, how you doing? How you doing? How you doing? Good timing, because I know which bit you're here for. You were so excited and worried for that fight. You were sure it was coming. I was genuinely quite nervous. I thought it was going to be a beefy one.
Hey there.
All right, Krayven, stab this idiot in the face. Bam. There we go. Or, explode his guts. That works as well. Arik, how are you doing, man? Okay, let's turn fast mode off for a second there. Stop and have a think. Moral Naga bow. Bunch more Naga down here. And a little talk of intellect. Can't go wrong. Quest updated. Shadows under Nekataka. I've retrieved the Rod of the Deep Hunter. According to Myra, I can open the stone door near the entrance to the Sanctum and finally deal with whatever behind the tremors and attack on the guild. I didn't even see us pick that up. Anything left there that I hadn't already grabbed?
Consider it done.
The tunnel descends sharply into murky waters. There's no telling just how far into the mountain it goes. Alright. Let's have the party head back out the water. They're going flying. Now they're not wading through a bog. The shadows under Nekataka. Addendum added. Another addendum. Cover the threat. The tremors are increasing in strength. If something is about to escape the guild ruins, as Myri believes it's going to happen soon. Alrighty. Alrighty. God, yeah, he is really full of grimoires and scrolls and whatnot. Right, well, we'll rest the party here. Make sure that they're... Oh, hang on, no I don't. Are they any of them injured permanently in any way that requires a rest? No. And they've still got Constantine's Massage, which is giving them all +3 dexterity and 30% chance to reflect spells. I don't think any of them has picked up like a permanent injury or damage. Well, frickin' Aloth has got that soul void thing because he's got like a white leaf crash going on. Hello, Zumbra. Okay. We've still got a bit more of Nekataka to do. We've still got to go to the Brass Citadel. We've still got to do this and report back to the Queen. We've still got to go to the Gullet to say everything's fine with the food. I don't think there's any more bounties or too much more stuff we have to do in Pariki's Overlook. Oh, there's a companion quest. Yeah, there's definitely enough stuff to keep us in the city at least for another session next week. But cliffhanger there, because there's going to be a huge fight through this door potentially, and we'll see how that pans out next week. We'll start either with a big story part in a dungeon or with a big boss fight in a dungeon. So that cliffhanger is going to be right there if you want to see what happens next time. 7 PM Sunday UK time, Story Sunday. Don't miss it.